Upstream, are you with me? Under rainbow, cutter in the city, rushing through me. Downpour, upstream, are you with me? Feel it.
Hello everybody, let's turn on the lights. Sorry, there we go. Hi everyone, how are we all doing? Good morning to you. Dan, Bearded, John, and Dargo in the chat. Great to see you all already. Legends, some may call you. Hangers on, I think, is probably a more accurate description for us all. But yes, hope you're all well. Hope we're all well. It is the 17th of January. It is a morning weekday stream, which I basically never do because I work full-time, Monday to Friday at the very minimum. So I don't really have time for this kind of stuff. But with AC Evo being such a special baby, we did book a bit of time off work. So here we are. We have a little bit of daytime streaming for you. I am competing against the likes of Rory Alexander and Bongo Racing this morning. They are all streaming as well, although I do believe they're all streaming everything but this, which is quite funny to see. So we've got Rory doing a GT7 and Bongo hanging on with his ACC LFM stuff. I can't imagine the servers are that busy this morning. We're going to try a few things out. First of all, we're going to say goodbye to the round wheel for a couple of minutes this morning and stick on the one and only GT Neo best wheel in the yellow and green on the stickers. I think the lights come out mostly purple and green. Wow, we've got Chili in the server, in the chat. Now I feel excited. Good morning, Chili. I hope you're well, sir. Hope life's treating you well. And I hope you're where you want to be, shall we say. We are where we want to be. It's Friday morning and we are streaming. Dave Adams, good morning, Jeff. I appreciate you, Dave. Cool, a lot of appreciation. But yes, good morning to you, Dave, and Chili as well. Great to have you both with us. I saw Robin getting visibly upset this morning talking about AC Evo and the hype that people are giving it. I feel really sorry for Robin. He must be fun at a party. But alas, we are here for the hype train because it is a new sim and it seems to have a whole world of promise. And we are very much in the early days. In fact, yes, good morning from Ohio. Hello, Bob. Good to see you, sir. And Willow. So good to see you, mate. Definitely. Chili Dog, don't worry. Snap by Dan's actually one of the good ones. So you'll do well to talk to him. Robin, really not on the hype train today. Bless him. He's trying to be so contrary, isn't he? Good old Robin. Little weirdo. But yeah, he'll enjoy his LFM ACC today, and we'll let him do his thing. Well, meanwhile, we get on the hype train that is. Let's put it on the next screen, shall we? There we are. That's what you lot came for. You didn't come for my pretty and pink face, did you? No, you came here for a bit of this. And already, I mean, I've got some pretty low graphics settings on, but I think that model looks lovely. And I know a lot of people have immediately drawn comparisons with Gran Turismo 7, which I think is a really good sign because Gran Turismo 7 possibly has the best visuals in motorsport racing, gaming, sim racing, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But it looks like Assetto Corsa have done their best to, or indeed Kunos, have done their best to match it. Although I would say some of the reflection work on that badge is going a bit funky. Again, maybe just my low graphics settings. Dave Adams says, you've got to sell this to me, Jeff. I've not bought it yet. I've got to sell it to you. Ooh, well, for the small price of $26.39 or whatever it'll be, you'll get access to the latest and greatest sim racing game. I am fairly confident there is no sim racing title which comes anywhere close to this. Can you see suspension in there? Oh, cute. There is no other sim racing title which has a number of licensed cars, a number of licensed track, dynamic weather. No other game does that. ACC is only race series. LMU is only race series. iRacing is only race series. And then BeamNG is very sandboxy. Good morning from Greece. Hello, Greco. Great to see you, sir. Hope you're well. Willow, this is the first time I've seen you since Christmas. And OMG, the new hair. Like it, mate. Thank you, bro. Pretty funky, innit? Bit different. Go on, we'll get you another little look in on that. Get the old camera working. Yeah, oh, the roots are already coming through. We've already got the dark bit underneath. You can see it more on the sides. Look, where is it? If I do that, you can see the sides of the hair are already getting quite dark. Nightmare. And it makes the hair underneath look black because of the contrast. It's quite funny. I'm surprised you weren't sold last night, Dave. Didn't you see the Merc at Panorama? Now, I last night might have passed out on my sofa because unfortunately I am still quite ill. I am still fighting over it. My chest still feels like a bag of nails. Very depressing. Time is a great healer, so over the next week or so that's going to improve. But right now my chest feels horrible. Still coughing quite a lot, although we haven't done that this morning. Fingers crossed. And Chili says, I'd say if you've got the spare cash, get it now at 20% off. Yeah, I mean, spare cash, Chili, I'd happily sell stuff because I think it's safe to say we're all going to be racing on this sim in the future. I think that's safe to say. How much we race on here is a very big question because this is road cars quite largely, and we don't have specific whole series on the sim. Unless they bring over the SRO license, that's probably not going to happen. So you'd have to kind of make your own racing up. I don't know how into it people are going to be for that. I think they will be. But yes, now, I really enjoyed it, dogs. Interesting. Good to hear, good to hear. So, last night or yesterday, we left just before they did the hotfix, which means we didn't get to see any of the expanded car list. So there's a lot more for us to do this morning, praise the Lord, because otherwise it would have been a slightly quiet stream this morning, I think. And I think there's a good chance that I'd probably just gone to Imola to farm some SR, so that'd have told you. On ACC, that is. John Baker, good to see you, sir. I agree, great deal for $32. You're investing in the future. That's all you're doing. This game is not worth $32 at the moment or £26. It's nowhere near that. But it will be. So, again, totally up to you. If you want to get on early on the hype train and see some of the early experiences of the game, you'll get to do that. There is no multiplayer yet. It is very limited on tracks. There's only 5. That's not a lot, really. That's quite limited. And indeed, 20 cars isn't exactly the biggest range ever when it's 20 different types of car. So, there is a long way to go with this game. There is a long way to go. Is it still in offline mode? No licenses yet? I would assume yes, Dargo. I've not clicked anything yet. Or do I need to... Did I just drag that down? That was clever. Let's not do that. Why do I feel like I'm leaving a gap on the screen? Do I need to make this... I feel like I'm doing dodgy things here to get rid of a black mark. There we go. And is my... Am I a little bit off screen there? Get back on the screen, Jeff. Oh, there's a bit of a gap now. Don't really want a big gap there, do we? Right, that'll do. Whatever. So yeah, Dargo, I believe we're still in offline mode. Let's just have a little look at the main screen. So, on the main screen, we have, and apologies, I'm a little bit offset from you guys, Drive, Vehicles, Academy, Driver. For the profile, can we put in some details? Let's put in some details, come on. Jeff. Cole Clow. That's how we pronounce it. Cole Clow. You got to sing it. We'll put in a bit of TSE because we are forever TSE when we do our racing, gang. I hope you guys feel compelled to do the same. Nickname, Jeff, TSE. Initials, JEC. Age, don't tell anyone. Nationality, I thought it was interesting. I noticed some people were unhappy with the UI yesterday and how it looks. I mean, short of things to get upset about. Where is... Ooh. Where are we, guys? Where do they list us? There's always a different way to say it. Should I put Gibraltar? Afghanistan? I mean, we don't appear to be... Yay! Well done, Jeff. We missed that one. United Kingdom. Let's apply all that. There we go. That is my name in there. Age, don't ignore that. It was offline when I checked. Nigerian, it could be. So, Dave Adams says the UI looks rubbish. Dan says, I'm guessing when it goes online, we'll lose the spicy cars. Ooh, good question. Yeah, because I don't know what they're trying to do here, right? They're talking about a license, and because of that, the other cars weren't available, which does, Dan, suggest that, yes, you need to be with the right license to have the cars. But I would also imagine, this is the problem they're going to have. You would imagine, yes, Sydney, almost. You would imagine that they would also have a separate quick race option where you can pick any car and track. But how do you then factor that into having a part where you build up your garage if you can just drive any car anyway? Now, in the old days, single-player games offline, they would do this. You wouldn't have access to all the cars. Dave Adams must have had the work experience lad in for the UI. Just bought it, though, as it's got the Alpine in it. There we go. Whatever excuses we need, Dave, to get ourselves over the line. So John Baker says rentals. Yes, so rentals will be the thing, right? But if you've got I guess with a rental, you won't be able to customize it, add any parts to it, etc., etc. So there's that kind of car ownership where you can change the look of it. It's €20 now, really? €20 where, Sydney? I'm surprised they dropped the price, to be honest, if they have. Here we are. So yes, we we don't know. I don't mind the UI, but the controls are ridiculous. Interesting. I've not. I mean, for me, the UI is quite fresh. I don't have any problem with it. I know some people are complaining about the menus, maybe, but for me, the menus have been okay. I think it's pretty straightforward. There are lots of different boxes and menus they have to incorporate here, so I'm not going to be too upset, shall we say. Let's change the camera button, shall we? Where is it? How do we do next camera? Previous car. Toggle camera in showroom. We're getting close. Is there one about actually... Because here we've got all the different... What do you reckon, team? 20 is a bargain. UI has to be console compatible. Yes, good point, Chili. And yeah, where is Ace at 28? Honestly, Chili, Sydney is a bit of a wind-up merchant. So it's not always best to listen to Sydney. You end up down a dark alley, should we say. Metaphorically, or maybe literally. So where do we change the camera then? What do you reckon, gang? We've got drone toggle. Drivable. Onboard free look. See, these are all separate. I mean, how do we... Let's try something. Let's do some of these buttons. They're on the... Actually, let's cancel that. Let's put it all on the button box for now and see what happens. Let's put it all on the button box. So, drone toggle. 1. Drivable. 2 or 3. Onboard 3 look. I guess that's going to be 5. 3 will be 7. Track 0. Helicopter 2. Sequence 4. Onboard 6. That'll do. Right? I've now added a bunch of them to the button box. There we go. Let's see how that figures, shall we? Now, I've noticed a bunch of you change camera. It's called drivable. Of course it is, Dan. Of course it is. Silly me. Now, a lot of you guys have been on the force feedback, I noticed. Where do we go? Settings. Okay, look at all this. Now, I've noticed a lot of you putting these down very low. Very, very low indeed. We'll put that at 900. Vibration, let's put that up a bit. Steering filter, let's put you down. Speed sensitivity, I can't remember what that means, unfortunately. Anyone got any suggestions? In-car F1 change view settings for FOV. Yes, John, I was using the arrows and F1 yesterday. I'd like it to be on my steering wheel, so I'm trying to figure out what button that could be. Dan reckons it's drivable, which makes sense, I think. Anyone got any ideas for the FFB settings that I should change? I noticed Fipsy put some in the Discord. Let's have a little look at those, shall we? Where is it? Where are we? Mechanical spring. I don't have that. Excellent. Oh, is this in the Simagic? Oh, God. Nightmare. It's in the wheel. We don't want to do that. My wheel settings are amazing, I'm sure. Put it all at 200 and go from there. Really? Not the worst idea you've had today, Chili, to be fair. Not the worst idea you've had today. Right. Okay. I think we're kind of, we've done our bit. I turned True Force all the way down. So have I. Let's see how this all feels, shall we? We'll apply that. There we go. And we're going to go to drive. Dargo asked, Dan, did you do anything for FFB on the Moza app? Yeah, that's the thing. I've not changed my Simagic settings because that's It's another layer, isn't it? And I don't really want to go there right now. Let's see if we can keep them the same, because that'd be really nice. And then change things here. Now, we've not tried good old Suzuka GP. And there's a lot of cars for us to try out now that we have a bit of space. And John Baker says, I'm using 50% on Fanatec, like a pretty soft wheel. I'm the opposite, John. I like my wheel really heavy. At first, anyway. And then I slowly start making it lighter and lighter when I need to actually drive. Dan Selwood. Hello, Zeblu. How you doing, buddy? Nope, didn't change modes at all, mate. Yeah, that's the way we should go, Dan. Let's leave things the same. Okay, we've got more cars to choose from here, team. We have got all 20 of the original cars, I do believe, which includes good old Porsche Cup. And I am gagging for a bit of Porsche Cup, I'll be honest. I am gagging for a little bit of Porsche Cup. Where is he? Don't be too... Here he is. Now, they also have the different variants, which is lovely to see. It could probably be improved. Yeah, of course, Dan. Do you know what, guys? When it comes to talk about force feedback and stuff like that, I'm normally really nervous. And the reason I'm really nervous is because I don't really know what I'm feeling. I don't really know how to translate it. I know when it feels good. That is what I can tell you. I can't tell you why. Now, maybe I need to sit down and play through each individual slider going from minimum to maximum, doing a few laps to get an understanding of it. I can't be bothered. Maybe I'll do that one day. Maybe someone's going to do that for me. But of course, any recommended settings I think are also very subjective to how people like the feeling of the wheel. So I'm just going to do a little bit of tinkering over time. And I dare say, Kunos will be changing these force feedback settings a bit after some feedback. I think the force feedback's a little bit deader than most people would like it for AC. Now, back to the matter at hand, and we have a bunch of cars in different... Where did that just go? I just lost my way. A bunch of cars for the Assetto Corsa Cup in livery and variation, including ABS and TC. We do not want TC on our Porsche Cup car. Who put that in the Porsche Cup car? Naughty. We've got presentation livery or Porsche Cup Experience. Couldn't tell you the difference. Porsche Cup Experience 2. Carrera Cup ABS variant. Customer. Okay, interesting. The Customer 2 livery looks nice. So basically we have it with ABS and TC, or just ABS, or no ABS, no TC. Oh, that is horrible. We're not going for that. That is a bridge too far, I think. Right, there is a customized button that we can't use yet. Okay. And Selwa says, is it me being stupid, or is there not a change camera button? Dan, we've just been going over that, actually. I've bound every single camera button to my button box, and we're going to see what works best. Again, this is very early days for the game, and we are very much testing it. I think a lot of people have slowly come to appreciate that, seeing this release. There was a whole bunch of negative reviews on Steam, which is understandable considering they didn't have what they originally suggested. So I get people were quite keen to throw a toy out of the pram there. It does seem like the toy throwing out of the pram was kind of like the toys were in hand. Do you know what I mean? There were definitely toys in hand on the review screen of Steam. And they were looking for it. They were looking for it. Fipsy, third person today. Change camera is F1. Thank you, Fipsy, for joining us. Baker says, we're just driving the Porsche Cup. Love it. Well, we know how much we love it on Assetto Corsa Competizione. Why on the Xbox controller changes view? Yes, I tested it on a controller. Bite me. Everybody, please bite Chili in chat. He's obviously trying to lose his mod status with conversation like this. Chili, we've had some interesting debate recently. I say debate, it's basically my word, which is that I only want to race with people who are using a wheel. There you go, you heard it here first. At the Sim Cafe, we only want to race with people that are using a wheel. You don't even have to use pedals, you can use hand controls on the wheel. But we think as a minimum, the wheel should be what people are aspiring to use here at the Sim Cafe when we race together. Keyboard and mouse, controller, all these other things are just a very different experience ultimately. A very different experience, and it doesn't equate for me. So, we love the fact that people race with those controls, and we're really happy for them, but for us here, we need a bit of parity. So there we go. Dan with the shocked face. Oh my lord! He said it. We have got driver 7656. That's my Steam ID. So they put my Steam ID there as my driver name, even though we've added our name in now. Right, we're going to test the graphics again because my graphics were struggling yesterday, so we might have to play with a few settings. In fact, what are the graphic settings right now? We've got the frame rate at 120, ha ha ha. Graphics, upscaling mode, none. Interesting. We'll leave that on none for now. We've got the graphics preset on low. Multi-sample anti-aliasing is on ×2. FXAA is on. We've got lows and mediums everywhere. Static level of detail, let's put that on low. Can we change that? Don't know. Not let me change anything there, just sat on medium, untouchable. Global illumination, everything is very, very low. Screen space, half resolution. Natural 7 on the post-processing. Mirrors mode is what can we do for that? Multi. Interesting. Let's turn it off for now. In fact, no, we do need a mirror, so let's leave it on. We have got everything low. Shorty got low, 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 low. You're going to need DLSS. Apparently... oh, hold on. Depth of field quality. Should we turn that down a bit on high? Do you know what, Dan? You might not be wrong. Let's put it on balance, DLSS. Apply that. Chili says, of course, I would never race on a controller. Just wanted to load it while I'm working. You've got a T300, mate. Drag that onto your desk, or is that hidden somewhere? Honestly, Chili, shocking. It is wonderful to see your name, though, sir. I've got some interesting stuff to tell you one day. Right. Okay. We're in the Porsche. We've got lots of buttons for changing view. There we go. Now, my favourite part about AC Evo so far is flicking the switch to turn on the car. That was my favourite thing yesterday. Yeah, I noticed you mentioned that, Fipsy. Very avant-garde of you to be using a different software to get your scaling done. Bit beyond me and my comprehension. Right. What happened to the settings? Have we lost all the settings? Did they decide to get rid of all the ignition and start stuff? It seems like it. It seems like it. Okay, let's apply that. Okay. And it's not bolted down anymore. Ex-wife took everything, including the sink and my desk, in the divorce. Oh, the desk! Ah, there were some lap adapters, weren't there, Chili? But I understand totally if you have no desk at the moment. Maybe we can send you some funds for a few pieces of wood to put together. That'd be nice. But yes, one of my favourite things about this game is flick the switch and it turns on the engine and everything. Ah, I've got a lot of time for that. Right, let's move our UI because you guys are well out of the screen. I don't know when that's going to stop doing that, but whatever. You'll probably be able to make that less opaque in the future, etc. Why is that flashing when I go over it? Is that meant to be? No. Okay. Right. Let's put you over in the middle a bit for what it's worth, and let's put you over here a little bit for what it's worth. In fact, let's put it on the edge of the screen. Seems about right. And you can go there. Lovely. Jubbly. Okay. So. Whew. Chest is improving. Slowly. Very slowly. Right. Okay. Monitor's in the middle. Suzuka is ahead of us. Frames are at 93. Not bad. Engine on. Game is better now than what it was yesterday. Well, I've not seen any updates other than the one that was a hotfix for the offline stuff, so I'll be surprised. Right, we're chilling on 93 FPS. Are we going to get a lot of those stutters that we saw yesterday, or did my game just need a little bit of love and a restart? Because a lot of people seem to think restarting the game gives it life, which I always find curious, but, you know, as Chili will tell you, these ones and zeros have a life of their own. Right, the wheel feels quite vague, I would say. Even compared to ACC, I think. Also, I feel like I'm quite high up in the car. I'm not sure if there's anything we need to change with the... Yeah, the car doesn't feel like it's ready to do stuff yet. I think I need to change a few settings in the force feedback so I can get a bit more snap in the wheel. I had stutters at first. I did a race in the evening, didn't stutter at all. Well, I've not had a single stutter now, and we're at 95 FPS, and the birds are back. This is good because with the stutters yesterday, I found it unplayable. I really need a smooth experience in sim racing. Okay, interesting that my wheel doesn't really turn. What are we getting on the 1-to-1 setting? Let's have a look. Oh, there's a... look at that. Beautiful. Lovely shots here of the car. Right, there's the drive. Right, so, how 1-to-1 is it? That's fairly 1-to-1. Let's just double check. That is now 1-to-1. I'll be honest, John, the birds are getting to me already. Yes, Dan, just read your comment. Check your steering wheel degrees and controls and check the digital wheel matches your one. Yeah, so yesterday it was out. I put it to 900 in game, and now it seems to be bang on, so that's good. Dan, great minds, mate. Great bloody minds. Didn't feel vague at all for me, says Dan. Poop, good morning all. Hello, Poop. How you doing, mate? We are back for a bit of AC hype, because we love hype here at the Sim Cafe. It's what we live off. I didn't change my wheel settings. Yeah, John, I don't know which wheel settings I've got on in the hub. I don't know if it's gone for Assetto Corsa. Let's have a look, shall we? There's no point in playing too many guessing games. In the Sim Pro software, what is it saying? It's saying ACC. So it's using my ACC settings at the moment. Okay. There we go. It's using my ACC settings here. 900 wheel lock, 100% FFB. Okay. Okay. I would like it if it used the same settings as my ACC. Just use the same. Only change I made was invert pedals. Yeah, I did that in-game, John. Don't know if anyone did it outside the game. I did that in-game. Poop says, just downloaded it. We'll be streaming it this afternoon. Oh, nice one, Poop. Are you going to get your round wheel out, Poop? You've got to get the round wheel out for that one. Come on. Get your round wheel out for the lads. Okay, oh, let's change the view. There we go. So it does feel like I'm sat a touch higher than when I'm in ACC, and the wheel feels incredibly heavy. I need to change some settings there. When I'm turning the wheel, it gets very heavy. Don't know how realistic is that. Oh, I didn't think to do that. I changed it in the motor software. Changing in-game makes more sense. I'm just an ideas man, John. But you had to go to the properties section. Yeah, I'm struggling to turn and brake a bit here. Yeah, if you click on each pedal, there's a properties section for it, and then invert. Just like you do with the FFB setting, basically. I was going to do it in the software for the pedals, but luckily I found it in-game. No round wheel. That GT7 wheel is like a... Yes, Poop, exactly. It's meant to be that big, 33mm and all that. Come on, put it on. We want to see you drive an MX-5 with it. Come on, Poop. Chuck it on. Dan, well done on last night's stream, top job. Yes, Dan, apologies. I was mostly asleep on my sofa, recovering from a day of excitement and also just trying to heal. And I popped in a few times, saw your stream viewers at... Were you like 60 viewers or something? It was awesome. Go on, Dan. Do you know what? Driving this feels very different to driving in Assetto Corsa Competizione. There's some knocking on the wheel. Interesting. Yeah, downstream popped off, didn't it? Just. Great to see. He deserves every viewer. Great to watch. Okay, at full speed, and I'm able to turn the car, it seems. I've got a bit of work to do here, champs. Obviously, it's nice to have the familiarity of the tyre app already here, so we can see the PSI is already a bit high. Thanks, mate. Ah, you deserve it, buddy. Okay, what can we do here? Okay, there's a lot of understeer there. I am tempted to go back to emulate ACC a bit later on just to get a real comparison. Now, I just ragged it around in first gear, and if anything, it was just fun. So not too much of a challenge there. I think the tyres might be too hot. No idea what the pressure is meant to be. Lower speed sensitivity, lowest amount of travel. Well, I've just gone straight off there. Cheer dog, that was all your fault. Lower speed sensitivity. Felt much better when I reduced the gain in game. Yeah, I think I might have to do that. I think the gain is too high. I do like wheel weight, I'll be honest, but there's a time after a short period where actually your arms start hurting and you need a bit more give. Okay, there's me trying to spin it in third gear. But the understeer is quite strong, I'm finding. Something to get used to. Let's try and attack this car on the curb a little more. Tyres begging for mercy. Wheel knocking quite heavily. Me putting quite an angle on it in second gear at full throttle and it just handling it. But I am struggling a little bit with this fast turn here. Throat's giving up on me already. Maybe I should just stop talking. The crowd cheers. Okay, so I am much happier with the frames today. Interesting comment there from Navy SEAL UK. Can't remember seeing your name in chat before, sir, so good morning to you. Hope you join the Discord if you haven't already. It's the last Discord you'll ever need to join. You put all settings in software at max and adjust in game. Only adjust software if you can get it right in game. If you can't get it right in game, sorry. That would make sense, yeah, I agree. Have your software settings on the wheel the same and then edit each game as you go. I think trail braking is much more important in this. Okay. Let's see if that's the case. Might be right there, John. The trail braking definitely held on a lot better there. Because if I don't, I'm just understeering to do. But there does seem to be a bit of... Very easy slide there, but it is fourth gear. And understeer is a problem with most modern sims. I play in Gran Turismo and console plebs. Yeah, I think Chile, I mean, it's a bit like with LMU. The LMP cars are really hard to get into, and I think the harder they make these cars to drive, the less people are going to drive them, unfortunately. That's all that really happened. That's the net result of all this. Poop says 40, that's me in trouble then. Yes, it is. I know what you mean, Poops. Not as much trouble as the AI, though. Oh, here we go. Could be a car setup thing. I know you can't change much yet, though. The Porsche Cup understeers and relies on trail braking IRL. You know more than me, Chili. I think I need to change some gain settings in the wheel because it does feel quite heavy. There does seem to be a lack of oversteer in this thing, even when I'm flooring it in the low gears. Quite interesting to experience. 206 kilometers an hour. I'm pretty sure I'm doing it faster than that on ACC. The car seems to correct itself very easy. I mean, that was me swinging it in second out of the gear turn, and it just sort of brought itself back to centre there. Okay, let's change some of the force feedback settings then. It has no weight on the nose and a big booty. Yeah, well, it feels different to the ACC version, that's for sure. Right, so steering settings. Gain. Let's put the gain on 75. And let's turn some of these down. I don't know what speed sensitivity is, but I'm going to put it down to 50%. We don't know it, but we're changing it. Steering filter, we'll leave you there. Steering assist weight. Is that meant to be on 100? Hi, JH. Good to see you in the chat, sir. Oh, I'll tell you what. My throat is not enjoying this. You did, Chili, in a garbled mess long time ago. Let's have a look. Lower speed sensitivity. It lowers the amount of travel of the rack at high speeds. Well, I mean... Yeah, I mean, I think I need more, to be honest. Look, we put everything down considerably, right? Let's see how that puts it. Let's put vibrations at 50, just in case that's causing trouble. Right, we've dropped everything. Lower it to 25, I have. Hey, Chili, long time. Isn't it just JH? All assist definitely off. Should be. Should be, Dan. Let's just double check that, though, because I don't trust anything in this game at the moment, in this build. So let's have a look at... Where are the assists, Dan? Do you know? I'm not even sure where the assists would be, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know where the assists would be. I think they're in the main... I think they're in the load up for the lobby, aren't they? Right. Let's see how this feels, champs. Yeah, I know where it is, John, I think. When you're actually loading up the session, right? Okay, is that a bit more manageable? Yes, but why have I now got a constant knocking? A ticking. There's a ticking going on the wheel now. What is that ticking? Why is there a knock in the wheel? Maybe Chili? I mean, I just broke to a stop on a straight. I wouldn't imagine there was any flat spot. It seems quite pronounced now. Yeah, I might have to reload the session because now I'm just getting all the vibration in the wheel, but it's like really annoyingly low. I have skated my way through there. Yeah, now all I've got is the constant... Right. Let's restart the session, shall we? Because I don't really want that. Is that knocking constant? Must have been a flat spot. Okay, so all I did was brake in a straight line fairly casually, I thought, when I went to the menu. Now we know. Okay. Definitely got a flat spot now. Yeah, I think we all saw that last one. Okay, so I like the fact they have flat spot detail in there. Right now, my wheel feels quite... It's funny because I'm pretty sure people used to complain about the ACC feedback. If they did, I'm sure they'll have a lot more to say about this. Because at the moment in my settings, it feels very numb. Now I don't mind numb, but I'm not too sure really. Right, there was a flat spotting on the tyres. I am unable to go through that turn at the moment. Is it just me? Am I missing something? I can't do that turn full speed. If anyone's got any secrets for me, that'd be really good to know. tiny bit of correction there, but that was mostly visual. Should we see if we can do a lap? Let's try a lap. Let's try an actual lap. Completely missed the second part of that turn there. It's not an easy car, I think. Tickle the throttle to lift a little and she'll hook up. I mean, if it's more complex than Assetto Corsa Competizione, I'm not against that. If this is a more realistic interpretation of things, but mostly I'm just understeering, which I would not expect this car to do in real life. Not that I've ever driven it or anything close. Yeah, that understeer is mega. Again, we could always try this on ACC so I know what my benchmark comparison is, because I haven't driven the Porsche Cup at Suzuka, I don't think. The brake noises and the tyre noises are a bit intense. I do like the feel of understeering the wheel. Well, I mean, we've slightly taken that turn better. But yeah, I'm just completely out of shape on the turns because I'm understeering to the inside of the turn. There you go, there's a bit of a push in third gear. I just kept my foot down, see what happened. Pretty easy to manage it, although it was third gear. Right, let's get it to turn in a little bit, shall we? Understeer. Complete understeer. What am I doing wrong? Oh. Let's drive through there. There is a lot of tyre noise, maybe too much. Yeah, I need to... I mean, maybe tyre noise is a big thing, I don't know, but it does my head in. I must admit, I'm not a big fan of tyre noise. So, tyres. Let's put you on 70, buddy, because you are working my ears out here. That's about it. Most people would say turn the tyres up. Not here at the Sim Cafe. We like our tyres nice and quiet. Those squeals were getting a little bit squealy. Okay, another lap here at Suzuka in the Porsche Cup. What can we actually achieve? Well, to be honest, I'm happy that we've got 90 frames now, because yesterday we were skipping on 50, 60. Every few seconds getting a skip, it was no fun. Didn't really enjoy that so much. Now we've got a little bit more of a steadiness. We are using DLSS. Now, I think I used it yesterday, but didn't seem to have the impact we wanted. And we were getting those constant skips. Now, we've removed the skips and we're at a fairly steady 95. Solo player on Suzuka, so no other cars, and no massive weather effects. That's roughly where we're at the moment. Hello, Nige. Feeling better? Yeah, not worse. But unfortunately, Nige, I'd say a long way to go. My lungs still feel like a bag of nails. And sitting here talking to you guys is not comfortable, unfortunately. But we ain't going to miss this stuff. Is there more cars than last night? Asked JH. Yes, there is, JH. They unlocked the rest of the single-player cars that are available. So all 20 that they mentioned for the release date are available at the moment. We're just trying the first one out now, which is the Porsche Cup. It does seem almost impossible to spin this car now, and this is without TC, bear in mind. Zero Nerdy online servers are working now. Still down, John. They'll tell us. Understeer Simulator has me struggling in 5th gear there. It's interesting because we've got ABS, but the tyres are definitely locking up and causing flat spots. So I don't know the remedy for that one. Think of tomorrow must be your priority. Yes, exactly that, Nige. We're just doing a little stream this morning. This might be our last AC Evo stream for a while. There's not a lot to do in it other than see what we've got so far, which we're kind of getting to the bottom of fairly quickly. I'm understeering to hell at the moment in the Porsche Cup. That's all I can tell you. Absolutely understeering in the Porsche Cup. Not quite understanding the vehicle dynamics yet. Revving the thing out. Understeer though just seems to be the big thing for me at the moment. Which in a Porsche Cup I thought would be the least of my worries, I'll be honest. Which makes me wondering how much understeer we're going to get in the Merc. If you overheat the rears it spins out. Interesting. I mean, we are looking for more realistic sim, right, than we had before, so I'm happy to have more complicated physics going on. Sounds like the default setup is probably very safe. Yeah, definitely, Jay. Probably a bit too safe. Did you have FPF issues like Dan last night? I did when I first tried it, Nige. We were getting around 60 FPS and a stutter every few seconds. Now I'm on 90 and no stutters it seems, which is good because you can't drive a racing game with stutters, right? No one can, no one wants to. We do have the graphics on potato at the moment, so there's a lot of room for improving the graphic settings and the visual look of this game. There you go. My issues were sorted after a restart. A lot of people said that, Dan. One game restart and it was like new, so that was probably going to be my next port of call. Little spin through the thing. Turn it off and on again, Nige. Because they had done a hotfix, but that was not for the graphics. So did I change any settings this morning? Well, I added DLSS. I think I had that on last night. Just tried the Merc. There is definitely weight to that car. Well, let's find out, shall we? A lot of people are goading me about this Merc. Let's see what it's got. Let's see what the Merc GT2 has got for us. We'll do the ABS and TC. Right, where is he? Where's our murky friend? Where are you, Merc? I'm also moving too fast. No idea of the order of these things. Ah, here he is. Two Mercs. Didn't see which one. Let's just double check. The Beast or Presentation. Yeah, the Beast works for me. Okay. What track should we use it on? Should we go to Imola? Yeah, let's just do Imola. Come on. Okay. Press all the time. Press all at the time sorts them better. Thank you, Dargo. That makes more sense. Okay, so we've got some nice detailing in the pits here. We've got a couple of pit crew. We've got the foil wrap. That's probably just meant to be crinkled metal of those, what are they, fuel bins? I don't know. Got a nice Booker effect, the car in focus, the rest of the pit lane out of focus. And there is our pit lane crew with our car at Imola. I think, and this is on the lowest settings of graphics, by the way. We are on potato here right now. I think it looks really good. I think it looks infinitely better than Assetto Corsa, that's for sure. And it has a slightly different look to ACC that might be better over time. I think, again, once I get my graphics settings up. So, I I'm very positive about the future of this game looks-wise. I think it looks awesome. I really do. And again, this is the lowest settings of graphics. The lowest settings. So I'm quite positive about all that. I enjoy what they're doing with the Booker effect here, having the rest of the pit lane out of focus and the car in focus. We can see we've got some detail on the discs as well. You can see the little drill holes on the discs, little marks. So yeah, Dave Adams, I'm getting better FPS and graphics with DLSS off. Think my 3070 Ti doesn't do DLSS very well, really? Yeah, Nige, I've really potatoed this, mate, and here we are. I'll tell you what. Nige, let's crash the game with some good old 110 versus 80. Interesting. Okay, first of all, has the game died? Has the game... How do I make the game access? Ooh. Dude, I wish I could do 2 laps. Right now, I'm unable to make the window active. Interesting. This is our first bug. It's happened to me yesterday, right? It's an interesting one, isn't it? Mid graphic settings. I had to... Yeah, it's looking that way. I am getting nothing from this game. Vehicle selection need to be 1 per car model and then select colour. Yeah, that would make some sense to me. The game is dead. Okay, let's load it up again. Let us load it up. There is our first kind of crash, I think, on AC Evo. I don't think we had anything like that yesterday, did we? Not that we tried it too much. But there's our first little whoopsie with the game. Right. Let's go and do crazy graphics and see what happens. I'm sure it's going to break the game, but why not? Let's get into the garage. There's an all button at the top. Love your work. Thank you for suggesting that one. Let's go. And you've got to do some back buttons. It's a shame. Right, let's see what stays and what doesn't. Agreed, Dave. The car selection screen is very clunky. I like the fact that they've got those base models, the 3D models in there. That's nice, because most games don't bother doing that. But yeah, you've got a little bit of work presenting that, I think, and making it more optimized. Oh, dear me. Right. Settings. Video. Graphics. Now, let's just whack it up to Ultra. Apply. Is the game going to die? Let's see what happens. I think we're going to get about 20 FPS. Maybe less. 146. Okay, 1 seemed quite low. Okay, we now have ultra graphics on. And we're at 50. It is fluctuating wildly, actually. But it's now settled on 75. Cute. Okay, now we have the graphics on ultra. And fun fact, what's the difference? I mean, there should be more objects, there should be more reflections, right? Stuff like that. My tyre wheel's still wobbling. My Pirelli is still shaking. Shaking that big jello. Can anyone tell the difference between this and the first one? I mean, we've got the Pirelli writing on the tyre. Is that different? My resolution, JH, is 3440 by 1440. So I've got ultra wide, 21 by 9. Essentially 1440p, 2K. Drive already, says Sime. All right, Sime. We're just admiring the graphics. Let's try and drive it on ultra and see what happens. 42, 55, 54, 55. Okay, we've got 55 FPS right now. Turn on the lights. I do love that. Yeah, 1440 plus. Yeah, exactly. It's not 2560, it's 3440, so I've got another whole bunch of frames to get in on the side. More scaling. Right. The GT2 Ultra settings, we've got 58. What do we think of this? $55. I'm not expecting any miracles. Ginger, good to see you, sir. We're off 55 FPS on Ultra. That's not too bad. 52, 51. This is of course with no cars on track. So you can guarantee that if I put a bunch of cars on, we'll hit about 30, 25 probably, if that. The real world test would be 31 at night, correct, Raven, in the rain. So what I normally do on ACC, just to give you an idea, excuse me, is I will do single player at night in the rain in the middle of a grid, because the race start is always the hardest bit. And if I can get at least 70 FPS there, then I know that the game's going to be alright, because it is not about the highs, it is about the lows. And if in the crunch moments your PC starts skipping, not what you want. So yeah, that is how I normally test ACC. We put it on night time in the rain around 30 cars and see what happens. Right now I'm chilling on 55, 57, and this is Ultra, by the way, so we've got everything banged right up now. I think this has more everything than ACC, right? It has more sounds, it has more feedback. You can do more with the UI, moving it around. Speaking of which, the UI has been moved. Sorry, gang. I'll put that back. So I think over time, this will become the de facto Kunos sim game over ACC. And I hope that happens sooner rather than later, because we all want the latest and greatest. And we all want the variety as well. We are chilling at 53 FPS. So let's get our frames back down to something more. Is it visually much better? Good question, Dan. I'm going to say yes. Everything here is perfectly sharp and laid out and clear. The Ascari chicane is nothing in this game. Good. Yeah, some people don't like what the Ascari does to us in the game compared to real life, where they just drive over it basically in a straight line. And now they've even changed the Ascari, haven't they, to make it even easier to drive through. Right. Okay, well, I mean, let's do low then. Let's do low and apply it again. Let's see the difference. What would you get on Ultra than ACC? I do find that on mine the texture details on the track are slow to load fully. Yeah, John, I had some wild popping last night. I didn't like it. It was popping in so much that it was changing what I was seeing in front of me. The cars have amazing detail. Yes, they do, Raven. Yes, they do. Great to see you in the chat, sir, as well. Hope you're on the Discord. If you haven't already, join it. It's the last Discord you'll ever need to join. I'll just finish off my breakfast smoothie. Then I realised I haven't brushed my teeth yet this morning. I might have to pop off for a minute and do that, actually. Once I've had my Weetabix and my smoothie, you've got to brush your teeth, because it is like sugar cement on your teeth. Warm milk, sugar and Weetabix. You are asking for trouble. Tooth decay. Got the sweetest little tooth decay. So, we've now reduced our settings back to low. We've gone from ultra back to low. And okay, I'm getting a heat haze on the inside of the car. Can anyone see that? The right-hand corner down here is all wobbling. The fabric. I'm guessing that's meant to be heat haze, but that is inside the car, which is kind of weird. Not sure how I feel about that. Right, let's minimise that so I can see what I'm doing. Let's minimise you. Let's put you up there. There we go. Right, so we've got a bit of heat haze. you see that, guys? Just to the left of my speedometer, the material is wobbling. I'm guessing that's heat haze. Should we have heat haze wobble in the car? Have you tried DLSS off? Yes, I have, Nige. I've tried both. Low still looks damn good. It does, doesn't it, Nige? What do you say about the price, considering it'll include the 1.0 full... Oh, yeah, it's cheap, Ginger. Come on. Like, if I know anything about sim racing and car culture, this will be played by everyone for 10 years. So, 25 quid or 26, whatever. Sydney reckons he saw it for 20. I'm not sure how. Yeah, I mean, come on. Just do yourself a favour and get it. Just do yourself a... Unless you really detest cars and only want to race GT3s against other people online, great. You've already got ACC for that. LMU does, you know, that and more. But if you're actually into car culture and driving different cars and having a bit of fun, it's a steal. This is the latest and greatest sim racing title. There's no denying it. There's no one else out there that's actually competing, if you think about it. iRacing's model is 17 years old. No, thank you. LMU have their own model, which looks good, but is limited by certain things and has been around for a while now as well. And this is the future of sim racing right here. That's the way I see it. That is how I see AC Evo. This is the future of sim racing. We found the limit with ACC, really, right, with the Unreal Engine. Kunos have said that. They can't do anything to it. They can't add anything to it physics or graphics-wise. That is it. There aren't that many sim racing titles out there. And this is, yeah, this is the one. What was Robin's criticism? I didn't watch his video yet. Do yourself a favour and leave him well alone, the miserable old boy. Bless him. Yeah, I think he's just desperate to be contrary at the moment, isn't he? Oh, I've got a differing opinion. Okay, mate. Crack on. Most of us are just enjoying it. And of course there's a lack of content. It's not a full release yet. Silly thing to say. But the criticism is the content. You might want to have a little rethink on your criticism, is all I'd say. Because one thing we can guarantee as well with AC in the future is that content will not be an issue. That is for sure. But to criticise the release content seems a bit redundant to me. But good luck. Yes, Nige. I'll be honest, they're already very annoying. They fly across the screen. There you go. I'm not aware of racetracks and birds being a big thing. So, yeah, I don't think people still realise it's not a full game yet. I don't know what that guy realises. I mean, the last time I was on his stream, he was personally insulting me for having an opinion about input. So, and then he left the Discord, didn't he? So, something tells me Robin's got a few of his own demons to fight, I think, before he can talk to others. Bless him. But he's streaming right now on ACC, right? Holding the fort. Morning, Jeff Bad Robot. Good to see you, sir. What's with the blonde hair? Did you lose a bet? Well, I won a bet because I did say if I hit 2K, the hair was going to go, and a lot of people didn't believe me. A lot of people didn't think I had the minerals, and yet here we are. Warning, track cut. So I won the bet to chop my hair off when I reach 2K elo. Kaz, it's normal time for you. How you doing, buddy? It must be what? Early evening. You must be confused. You're probably not used to watching streams at this time, are you? Lots of comments on the chat that I'd like to read. Let me give me a chance. I don't think people realise it's a glorified demo, essentially bearded. This used to be on the front of the magazine on a CD, do you remember? That's how we used to get these things. There's more content in this than we had in LMU at launch, and it's not even 24 hours. Interesting. But again, this isn't the launch. Now, to put us in a bit of context here, because LMU gets mentioned as a launch, LMU is in early access, and as far as I know, there's no mention of a full release date. Assetto Corsa will have a release date this autumn. That again, or alone, makes it a much more serious proposition than the good old LMU guys, who seem reticent to actually commit to anything. and just leave us with these glorious ideas in our head. The sound of exhaust flame, super cool. Oh, sorry guys. Congrats, said Bad Robot. Cheers, mate. LMU had more tracks. Did it? Yes, it did. CD demos. What a time. I know, Bearded. I know. How customizable is the HUD? Can the layout be changed? Nige. So, Nige, at the moment, you can move the HUD around like on Assetto Corsa. So, it's got ACC elements, but you can adapt them like Assetto Corsa. That is it so far. There is no opacity or adding more HUD or stuff like that. The HUD options in the menu, I think, are greyed out. Morning, friends. Hello, Josh. Good to see you, sir. 7 at launch. People need to chill and be patient. It's just a second day of early release. Now I'm not reading it at all. I have faith in Kunos, and I do believe it'll be the greatest sim ever. Correct, Ginger. I think a lot of us have a lot of faith in Kunos, and for good reason. Good reason. I was talking about this the other day. Rensport was a flop of a launch. LMU was a flop of a launch. Forza was a flop of a launch even, and that's a multi-billion-pound studio. Kunos know how to release a game. That's all I'll say, compared to the others. Fair enough, Dan, I stand corrected. They've added Imola, Kota and Interlagos to make it 10. I thought it was 8. Dan, I thought it was 8 tracks. Oh well. Liking it so far, I hear, Jeff. Hello, Cranky. Good to see you, sir. Sorry I didn't get to see much of your stream yesterday. Short answer, Cranky, is yes. At the moment, it feels slightly more vague than ACC, which I think is going to annoy some people. But this is early days of them tuning in the game, finding out what FFB settings they want to put in it, and wheel weight and all that kind of stuff. We're all working it out as well, right? Very early days. And GT7 didn't have a great launch, that's a good thing. Jay Bravo, good to see you, sir. Howdy, Jeff and all. Howdy, Jay, hope you're well. Are you on triples, Jeff? The short answer is no. I am on Ultrawide, which means I'm on 1440p, but my vertical lines are 3440. So instead of 2560, I've got 3440, which is more frames. Now, I'm running it in low mode, and we've got 80 FPS with no cars on track. I think with cars on track at night, we'd start getting into 50s, which is not what you want. So there's a long way to go with optimization of this game, I would say. And I see the control option for pop-up headlights, giggity. Obviously, Dan, when we go cruising on 16,000 kilometers of real-world track, pop-up headlights all the way. Exactly that. John just mentioned pop-up headlights going to be fun on free roam. That is correct, John. Yes, they will. I love the feel of Ace. There we go. Love it. GT7 is still pants after 3 years of updates. Well, that is a console game, so I would expect nothing from that as a PC sim racer, I've got to be honest. And it's the main reason why I don't touch it. And I applaud people like Rory and Steve who find a way to enjoy that game, because for me, the driving's not what I want. I mean, it's competitive, I'll give it that much, but the understeer sim is not for me. Tell you that for free. What game is going to release these days? None. John says that is true, Beardy. Mostly everything's a buggy mess on release. And again, this isn't the release, this is early access. And they're doing it in the truest sense of the word. Not like LMU, who call it early access, but clearly don't have anything more than that, and are releasing DLCs into an early access. No, this is not doing that. This is saying early access, parts of the game available, full release in the autumn. JPS, good morning to you, sir. Great to see you in chat so early in the day. Another Jeff Day stream, it's like Christmas. I know. I put the time off work. What am I going to do with it, JP? What am I going to do with all that time off? Only one answer. Here we are. Definitely that, John. Clinical, soulless, uninteresting to drive. Everyone calls it the understeer sim. Maybe I'll go around Steve's house and try it out on his rig and see what he thinks of it. because Super GT, bless him, he does love his Gran Turismo. He does. He loves to pick up and play nature of it, and the fact that he can just race, and I get that. Ginger says, I'm going to mod my bicycle to enjoy the free roam in your dreams. 610 here, could be worse for you. True, Josh, true. You chose well, Padwan. Something like that. So I am getting quite a lot of feedback through the wheel on the braking. I think a lot more than you get in ACC, right? A lot of people complain about that. My lungs are not enjoying all this talking. Will there be TSC Sunday drives around the German countryside? Yes. Bravo will be installing today when they install another drive. Yeah, tell me about it. So early on, nice one, Ginger. Thank you. Does Super GT love GT7 more than Kirif loves Super GT? It is a good question, JP. I'll ask them both. Maybe I should get them both in a room and be like, Kirif, how much do you love Super GT? Because all of your content seems to be so similar. It's incredible. It's almost like you're inspired daily by him. Hello, Jackie. You had a little AC Evo stream earlier, didn't you? What are your thoughts, Jackie? Come on, tell us. What do you think? You're a bit newer to the sim racing world, so we're keen to get your very fresh opinions on everything. Imagine being inspired by your hero every day. What a life. Is this the AMG GTU? Yes, GT2. Yes, it is, Sydney. Hello, hello. How does the Merc feel after Dargo? Pretty stable. Like a really... I mean, again, we're probably running these on like the default safe setups, aren't we? So this is going to feel a bit safe. Giardia was like a kid at Christmas when he tried the S2000. I agree, Bravo. And H-patterns and messing around with the clutch are a big part of Assetto Corsa for me. So when we get some bits of track that are a bit more free roam, yeah. Does the Delta work? I'm going to say no, although I may have invalidated. Sorry, I'm not sure, Simon. Jackie says, love it, but a lot of work to be done. Just going to enjoy the journey. Exactly, Jackie. What a wonderful journey we're going to have. We're looking at least 5 years of development, and I think for content, it's going to be non-stop. They'll still be releasing content for this in a long way into the future. Don't worry about that. Didn't play it much, need more time. Jardier hit 237k views in 7 hours. Go on, Jardier. Love to see the sim racing world popping off. Ultimately, we need events like this to help increase the interest in the hobby, right? And I said before 1,000 times, I think AC Evo, with its open free roam stuff, may change the sim racing industry landscape quite a lot. We could get a hell of a lot more people coming in and getting themselves a whole rig just to cruise around on AC Evo. And from there, you're very close to racing. I mean, at that point, you got the rig, you might as well race, right? But I think we will see that. Come on, Jeff, over here. I think we will see a real change in the industry because of free roam in Assetto Corsa Evo. There we go. Random call sign hit records too. Good old random call sign. I've got pride of place on his Twitter, calling him the worst streamer ever. I'll stick by that statement. Oh my god, please stop mentioning the name of that clickbait YouTuber. Which one was that? There's a few. 15k I think at one point. Yeah, Jimmer was smashing it last night. Random Racer says, hello Jeff, Jackie and co. Hello Random Racer, good to see you, sir. I'm currently randomly racing around Imola very badly. More importantly, our Dan hit a record. Yes, Dan got up to, I saw him at 60. My record ever is 70, Dan, so solid work there, buddy. How high are your settings? I put them on low, Jackie. We tried Ultra, and I was hitting about 55 FPS. Again, this is solo daytime on the track, right? I've now gone to low, and we're on 85. 82. But again, no one on track, so this is a bit redundant, I think. Because without people on track, your FPS is useless. Yes, more people having a special T1 experience at Monza, Ginger. You know the rules. We all start somewhere, mate. Let's not get all high and mighty on it. Yes, me too, and not more than 10 cars on track. Right, yeah. I do feel like my graphics card is struggling a little bit, Yaki, with this. And I need to get an upgrade at some point in my life. Yeah, well done, Dan. You deserve it, mate. You've been putting in the hard yards. You are great to watch as well, which is very useful. There's a lot of people out there who stream, and watching them's no fun. So, well done, sir. All the plaudits to you. Again, helping to increase the sim racing audience, Dan, quite frankly. You're a big part of that now. Have you tried changing tyre compound? No, I've done very little, Bravo. Streaming and playing, yeah, good point. Ben Shepherd says 5700 XT user here, and I can only get 27 in potato. Oh no, Ben. What resolution are you playing on, Ben? I'm guessing at least 1440p. Mickey Mouse race pants? Yes, Sydney. Correct. I'm glad you care. Honestly, FIA approved. In a fire, they'll do an amazing job. I will look like a human candle. I will look like a human candle, Sydney. Okay, that was me driving in anger and that went very badly. That did not work. I mean, how much fuel have I got? I've got 50 litres in the car. That was in 1080. Oh, Lord. Okay, first of all. Sock check. These aren't just any socks, okay? Let's just get ourselves... Let's understand, Yaki, these are not just any socks. Not all socks are created equal, okay? And as you can see, we have a selection of the purpliest, bluest, greenest, and reddest cats available. Thank you. Look at all of those bad boys. Now, for the pants, don't get it twisted. These are the Mickey Mouse specials. 1,000,000%. I'll be honest, they're just really thick. They're really thick. Was admiring the socks. Thank you, Rand. I thought we should pull over... Look, do you know what? My microphone still works in this view. Look at this. I feel like this one, if I make this bigger, will it mess up all my other scenes? Ah! Let's not do that. Let's do it all together. Hold on. Let's create a group. Let's create a group. Where are we? Cancel that. Let me create a group. Come on. Group selected items. Right. Now if I do that, look at those. Does that mess up my racing? Oh no, I should not have done that. Oh boy, now we're in trouble. Now we're in trouble. That'll do. Let's add that to the squillion cat videos. Exactly, random. There's never enough cats. There's never enough cats. Cat lovers are the coolest cats in town. Josh, you're such a G. Any moment now. Good thing smell-o-vision never came to be. You say that, but these smell great. And obviously, if I could just put that one behind the head. No, this smells... I mean, they're fresh. The socks are fresh. They're fresh out the wash. I wear new socks every day of my life. It's not that hard. But am I flexible enough, gang? What do you reckon? Should we... What should we do with that? Probably not. Look at those. More cats, says JPS. You know about that. I've got 45 people here watching me do stupid things with my legs. This is the future of entertainment. Oh, let's just stretch it out a little bit. Oh, there you go. Slenderman, what are you doing with your leg? Don't be jealous, Cranky. You can do it too. I must admit, because I've been ill recently, I've not been stretching. So this is really tight. This is really... Also, my feet have a habit of being a bit double jointed on the ankles. So I can put both my feet the wrong way round, basically. It's all messed up. All messed up. I'm flexible like a tree. OnlyFans when, Juan? When you're ready, mate. When you're ready, because I will make it very expensive. I can tell you that much. Josh had a £100 Doberman raised from a puppy with cats, and she thought she was a cat. Tried to sleep where the £8 cat slept. Oh, boy. Oh, Josh, if you've got any pictures, please put them in our Discord in the pet section. That would be amazing. Dan says, Jace, that picture with the cats. Which one's that? I'm not sure now. Put it in the Discord if you haven't already. But yes, so, ladies and gentlemen, enough. Do you know what? That stretching felt quite nice. We should definitely have a stretching part of each stream, I think, right? Where we all stretch together. Exit to main menu. Confirm. What can I say? I'm obsessed, mate. We all love a good cat pic. Yes, we do. There's not enough cat pics in the Discord, I'll be honest. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a little look at one or two other things, shall we? Let's have a look at the Ferrari. Where is he? The Ferrari Challenge Evo. I don't know if there's any different versions of it. Doesn't look like it. Nice yellow one. We've not looked at the replays yet either, have we? We've got some replays to get on with, I think, team. Right. What track? We've done Brands. We've done Imola. We've not done Laguna. Time to have a look at Laguna Seca. We've not done it at night. Let's do it in the daytime for now. Automatic clutch. Off. Standing start assist off. Automatic throttle blip off. Automatic headlights and wipers. We'll leave them on for now because I haven't fixed my buttons. There we go. And I do need... Let me hear the VTEC. Yeah, all right. Hopefully these challenge cars are better than ACCs. I hope so. I think I need my first toilet break, ladies and gentlemen. So if you'll bear with me for 2 seconds, I could technically take you with me to the toilet because I've got a wireless headset. So, I mean, officially or unofficially now, I am going to my bathroom. I'm not going to tell you what's happening. You're not going to hear anything. But I think you've all got pretty vivid imaginations, haven't you? Pretty vivid. That's all I can say there. What I can also tell you is that in our very small flat, we have 3 cat litter boxes on the subject of cats here. We've got 2 cats. We have 3 cat litter boxes. We were told that 1.5 boxes per cat is useful. So if you've got 2 in the flat, get 3 boxes. It makes sense. There's 2 of them going around doing their business all the time, and they don't want their box to be too busy, right? However, Kulu, despite the plethora of boxes available to him that are roughly clean, and we clean them every week as well. Despite that, he's taken to doing a poo roughly in the middle of the bathroom floor. Now, it's not the end of the world because it's on tile, so actually, scooping and cleaning it isn't particularly difficult. But it is a bit weird, and he's insisting on doing it. He was doing it around my rig for a while, so basically I put loads of things in the way so that he couldn't do it anymore. We kind of blocked it off. And now he's doing it in the bathroom, which is a bit unfortunate. And then, beyond that, cherry on the cake, we then moved the box. That didn't seem to bother him. He just still did it right next to the box on the floor. And then the other day, we ran out of pebbles, actually. So there's only 2 boxes in the flat at the moment. And he decided to just ignore that and now pee on the floor. So that's a bit of a problem. So, a couple of problems with our little Kulu. And now he's not eating. He's not eaten last night or this morning, and he is the most hungry cat you can get. And now he's not eating. So I think he's very upset about the lack of extra cat bin in the bathroom. But there we go, team. A little insight into Kulu world for you. Nightmare of a cat. I hope everyone's having a good morning. Hope you're all enjoying our day 2 of Assetto Corsa Evo. For those of you who haven't bought it yet, probably just do yourself a favour and get it while it's still cheap. About the only advice we can give around here, I think. You will still, of course, get plenty from Assetto Corsa Competizione and LMU. So really, you got your fill with those. But if you want something a bit different and exciting, and you like doing things like using an H pattern, then Assetto Corsa Evo is going to be the one for you. you can probably draw some pretty simple comparisons with AMS2 because of the variety available in the game, right? AMS2 does this. What did I miss in the chat? Did I see stability control on in those assists? I think I turned it off. Check the water cooler. What have I done now? Only Sim Cafe version. That could work, Yaki. Stability is at the bottom, correct. Did I have it on? Let's have a look at water cooler chat. What's happened? Oh, look at that. Can you imagine? Oh, can you imagine? Chilling out in that field of dreams, JP. Oh. Stability is at the bottom. 488 challenge is pretty sweet on ACC. You tried it the other day, Sydney, and you're quite happy, right? Dan says, cars are annoying. Ours have a plethora of gardens to choose from. Cats are annoying, I'm sure you meant. Ours have a plethora of gardens to choose from, and yet insist on a litter of box. Aww. JPS says, brush your teeth while you're in the bathroom, Jeff. I was brushing mine when I heard you mention you hadn't brushed yours. Yep, tell me about it. I think we'll do it after the stream. Might not be the longest. Getting checked. Ours wasn't eating. It turned out to be a heart problem. Yeah, no, this guy loves his food. He's very young. He seems quite fit. We've got a few changes in the flat and he's not happy, I think. The box will be back today, though, okay? The box will be back today. And John says, yeah, we have that sometimes. Cats are so fickle with things aren't exactly right. Exactly that, John. Annoying little buggers. JNS Bathrooms, good to see you in the chat, sir. I don't recognise your name in the chat very often. If you're new here, hello. And secondly, please join the Discord. It's the last Discord you'll ever need to join. There's me saying hello in chat. Anyone notice the frame rate isn't fully optimal yet? A little glitchy. Oh boy, my chest. So, JNS. Yes, I had this problem yesterday, JNS. I was struggling to get 60 FPS, and it was doing 3 or 4 seconds. Completely game ruining for me. I can't drive a sim like that. I wouldn't want to, right? This morning, I've loaded it up, and I'm using different tracks, but I'm getting a very different experience. Now, apparently that's got something to do with the update. I'd be surprised if it was. I don't know. It seems like also turning your game off and on again seems to help a little bit with the frames. Just saying. And Mike, the Killer Schmeagol, the Imola Destroyer. Damn, this is early, Jeff. I know, Mike. It is too early. Luckily, I already have my lunch made. I do my meal prep every week, so my lunch is waiting for me in the fridge. So I'm simply going to do my stream this morning and then enjoy my lunch, and then this evening we'll be streaming Misano practice. But I really should be saving my voice and my chest because it is very far from healed at the moment. And as Dave pointed out, every time I do a stream, it's probably just putting me back slightly on the heels. I could be sitting there in silence right now. Instead, I'm sitting here chatting waffle to you guys and pushing my throat a bit. But what else were we going to do? Come on. There's too much hype. We're too excited. We can't ignore it. Right, let's have a look at Laguna Seca, new track for us here. Welcome along, JNS, indeed. Thank you very much for the welcome, Josh. Yeah, a few frame drops visible on track. Restart the game and seems to improve it. Exactly. Get well soon, says Mike. Oh, being ill is the most boring, depressing thing in the world by a million miles. Is it not? It's always the way. When you're healthy, you can't imagine it. And when you're ill, all you can imagine is being healthy. You give anything for it, right? So, yeah, forgot to ask how you feeling, Jeff. Like, the symptoms went over the weekend, to be honest. We're now, what, Friday? So by Monday, my symptoms were kind of gone. All I've got is a broken chest full of nails. That's what it feels like. Show us how to drive, bro. Ah, yeah, about that. Oh, should we do anything in the setup, team? Should we actually do anything in the setup? I've not looked at these screens yet. Here we go. We have tyres, electronic, fuel and strategy, suspension, dampers, aero. That is quite basic. Interesting. We have got pressures. Can we go up in the point ones? Yes, we can. We can go in the points. Okay. We've got camber, pressure and tow. We've got electronics. TC2 and ABS. Let's put them down one, shall we? They look quite high. We've got fuel. We don't need that much. Okay. Okay, I like this. I like this a lot because this is very similar to ACC setup stuff. And so there will be some familiarity there for me to kind of get used to and start learning. That's for sure. Do a race, says Dan. Not on this car. I might do it in the H patterns at Brands Hatch, Dan. How about that? Yaki says, hope you're better soon. Of course, Yaki. You know what we're like. The human body does heal. I just feel like these chest things take a while to clear sometimes. Very frustrating. I really would like some new youngs. In fact, this year I am going to try and improve my lung capacity quite a lot and maybe start doing a few middle distance runs, start doing a few 5Ks. I don't think I've ever done a 10K before, actually. So I think I might get in the 5K habits and start running 5Ks again, because my lungs are just rubbish at the moment, man. Did you say the official launch wasn't till August? I think they're currently vetting it for September, Josh, but I can imagine that may get pushed back a little bit, right? John says, I highly recommend Porsche Cup and M2s on Mount Panorama. The AI did some very wild things in my race. It was a great laugh. Yeah, so the AI appears to have been directly ported from Assetto Corsa. Well done, Akunos. They do like to save a penny or two here or there. And it still does that at the beginning of the race. Everyone pulls off to the right in a spin and then goes forward. And they all do it in uniform. It's quite cute. Mike says, this game is making me upgrade my graphics card. Yes. I was already on that path, Mike, and this has made it more pertinent, I would say. Definitely. Anyway, you guys are asking for driving. I'm doing a lot of talking. So let's redress the balance a little bit, shall we? And go out on track. Here we go. My favourite part of it is the engine on. Love that. Engine start. Button box. I do love a bit of immersion. Oh, drive through for speeding. Will live. Disqualification. Is that going to punt me? Didn't get me off the server. Okay. Disqualified for speeding. Oh, this engine feels a lot more responsive than the M2. Interesting. Hey, come on. Struggling a bit with the turns at low speed here. It gave me a reason to justify spending money to my fiancée. Oh, your poor fiancée. She probably thought you were going to say something really exciting like, let's go on holiday or let's improve the car. Nope. I want better graphics on my new broken early access game. Do you still love me? Our poor suffering partners. Don't think we realise what they go through sometimes. Is this the wheel mode I want to be on? Hold on. Yeah, it is apparently. Feels quite far back here. Let's change the... Is that better? That feels better. Oh, now, Jeff. That's not where you go. Okay, so I noticed people commenting on the wheel weight as you go over the hill, which is quite nice. FOV a bit lower. You reckon? Remember, I'm on an ultra-wide here. Let's have a look. View settings. FOV 60. There we go. 60 big ones. God. No wonder I couldn't see properly. Right. Do I need to change my car seating now? Oh, let's put it in the centre. We do not want you off centre. That's a slippery slope. That'll do. I think that'll do. Mouse pointer in the middle of the screen, don't want that. Dimension 3840? Ah, but Yaki, here's a question for you. Where is your monitor in relation to your wheelbase? Because if you think about it, if you look down top-down view, if your screen is quite far away, your cone of your field of view to the screen is quite narrow. If that screen is very close to you and wide, you can imagine your field of view is quite wide. Does that make sense? He does, doesn't he, John? He does love an FOV chat. He's probably spitting out his breakfast now so he can get involved. Milk all over his phone. So, Jackie, how far away is your monitor from your wheelbase? My FOV is 54. Cheers. Juan, go back to bed, man. Come on. Bit early for this. I know we're excited. You're making me feel bad. Triplets for the win. Ah, do you know what? I think... Jay, I mean, 1,000,000%. I've never used triples. I'm up for work. You're lucky work. I've never used triples, I don't think. I've always wanted to try it, and I'm sure it is the most immersive way to do things, right? But in terms of logistics and everything else, yeah, it's a thing. I've now got an ultra-wide, and I am very happy. It's a little 34-inch ultra-wide. It was dirt cheap, It uses one socket on my graphics card, which is good because I'm doing lots of other screen. So I think triples is a bridge too far for a lot of people, especially a streamer who isn't going to spend too much money, because the cost is pretty heavy. So Jackie says 70 centimeters away. I know, Jay, but it's a lot. I think an ultra wide that kind of covers bases is so convenient that... Oh, there's a bit of a change in the lighting from lit to cloudy. I love that. There's a bit of cloud on the track and you pass through it. That is awesome. I think we forget how much of AC is modded. The original AC game has nothing, I'll tell you. FOV police check, you know it, Ginger. I have an ultra-wide 32? No, 34. 34, Jackie, if you got an ultra-wide. That'll be 21:9 format and it'll be 34. 3440 by 1440, yeah? Anyway, so you're 70 centimeters away. Well, Dan, it's things like that, the water on the windscreen, all these sort of things. But, Jackie, you're going to have to send me some... Jackie, you're going to have to send some pictures, buddy. I'm only aware of ultra-wide doing it in 34. 16:9 is 32 inch. 21:9 tends to be 34. I've not seen 32s at that size. Anyone in chat want to corroborate that one? I'm banging it around here. So you are 70 centimeters away from your face, I guess. I asked you your wheelbase, but I'm guessing you're saying your face there. I am about 40 centimeters away from the face. I have got my wheel, I have got my monitor in front of my wheelbase. It is barely 8 centimeters from my hands. In fact, my hands are about 5 or 6 centimeters away from the screen a lot of the time. There you go. People in the chat getting in with the form factor there on the monitor. There was a 30. Oof. It's going to be a bit narrow, Dan. It's a bit of a letterbox. I'm not really focusing here at all. So, I think this is a lot more focused than Assetto Corsa. No, it's an AOC Ginger. I got it for $250 on Amazon. It is dirt cheap. Dirt cheap, this one. And it's doing the job. It's 180 hertz. FreeSync Premium. I'll be honest, Ginger, I don't see why you would spend more money, because you can spend 400, 500, 600 on these things. Don't know why. This is $250 and seems to do it all. I can't imagine what difference I would get in image quality for double the price. I can't. What, Jeff? Live now. I know, Rodney. Hello. Good morning. Rise and shine, Rodders. Hope you get some good news on that interview, sir. But yeah, there's 39 ultra wide. Do you know what? I did not see that one. All I saw was the 49 inch, which is a 5440 resolution, which is probably too much for my graphics card. We are ambling around here. I might change it to an 8-pad in a minute. Would love to have 3 of those. You know it. Bit of Jeff in the morning, says Ian. Doesn't get any better. Great to see you all in the chat. I'm sure a lot of you are at work. Oh, man. Man, my throat is not enjoying the chatting as much as I am. I'm very excited to see you all and say hello, but my body's not there yet, unfortunately. I'll watch some Jeff at 6 AM. Yeah, you will. Okay. I feel like I should drive this on a track that I'm slightly better at. But this does feel more focused than Assetto Corsa. One thing I didn't like about Assetto Corsa was, as a racing game, it just felt a little bit loose. Not that accurate and sharp. Whereas this has definitely given me more of that ACC sharpness with all the HUD elements. I'm not so sure about all this understeer. Can you please type the name of the monitor in the chat, Jeff? AOC. It is an Amazon special. AOC. I don't know who AOC are part of. It is AOC, 34-inch, ultra-wide, 180 hertz, FreeSync Premium, $250 I think I paid. I don't think it's a Black Friday deal either. And I'm sorry, but I can't see what this is missing, this monitor. I mean, there were ones on there, the Samsung G7 and all that, or G5. Apart from the rather nice looking frame, which obviously doesn't come for free, I could not tell you what that monitor will do differently to this. If people start telling me about colour accuracy, honestly, get in the bin. I am not here to produce works of art, I'll tell you that much. The colour accuracy does not bother me at all. Oh, it's very bright and sharp and vibrant as well. Perfect monitoring for the price range, 1,000,000%. If you drink some pineapple juice, it'll help with a sore throat. Interesting, Mike, I am allergic to fresh pineapple. I can drink pineapple juice. I can eat dried pineapple, things like that, pineapple flavouring, but the actual fruit, for me, is like eating needles. The reaction from the acid just beats my mouth up pretty good. Pineapple juice I can do though. Nige, good to see you back on. Hey, Happy New Year and all that's enjoying the stream. Thank you, Nige. We've got 2 Niges in the chat now. Hope you're enjoying the hair. I'm allergic to real pineapple. Really, Jace? Me and you, mate, we were clearly separated at birth, weren't we, I think our mother got a bit glonky. Put the baby down wrong. No way you allergic to penicillin. Do you... I was just about to say, the only other thing I'm allergic to is penicillin. And my poor Alicia, every time we go to a restaurant and they ask if we've got allergies, I do the same joke. And she has to sit there and be really pleasant and smile, while the server gives me a pleasant fake smile and laugh. And I chuckle to myself at yet again telling the waiter about my penicillin allergy. There is something in eating natural pineapples that makes your mouth feel a bit raw. My fiance's sister is the same way, she can only eat a couple. Exactly that, Jay. Nige. No. Mike. Schmeagol. Imola Killer. The Reaper. That's what we call you now, Mike, the Reaper. Until you can prove otherwise on that track. Oh, that sausage sent me to the moon. Okay, so I'm ambling around on the track here in a Ferrari 488 Challenge Evo. The understeer I get is wild. I need to sort that out of my life. We're on low graphics here. We're on 90 FPS, so I think with cars on track we're going to struggle a bit. But yeah, that seems to be the rules with AC Evo. FPS is a real pain in this. Oh. Ooh, that was a launch. I like that. Okay, let us have a look at the replay. Trust me, I did some practice on that on the stream. I bet you did, Mike. I bet you did. I hope you like the track. It's a wonderful track. Right. Options seem quite basic at the moment. We've got a car, we've got a replay bar that you can all see, and a pause button, and a back button. And we've got a time on the right-hand corner, and a lovely little frame counter, I'm guessing. Very helpful. I'm thinking to change view. We'll use the change view buttons. There we go. I'm a big fan of this view. I don't know why. I just think it looks quite cool. We've got track. What else have we got? Okay. Confirmed LG Ultrawide 34 curve. Thanks for the lesson. Hey, Yaki, no problem, buddy. No problem at all, mate. If it helps. Not that it'll probably help too much. Rodney says brandy, hot water, honey, lemon just before bed. Touch of brandy. Yeah, all right. You fix you. You're welcome. Brandy fixes most things, Rodney, in the short term. JPS, you know things are getting serious when Jeff tucks his pyjama bottoms into his race socks. It's been a recent thing, actually, JP, because I feel like the socks demand attention. And when they get lost under the tracksuit bottom... Car bouncing? What, in a good way, John, or a bad way? When it was standing still? Ah. Yes. There's a lot of movement. For a car which is still on track, there's a fair amount of movement on the screen. I would say. A bit. I'm enjoying the rear wheel spin-off. I think they were going at different speeds there. Nice. Next thing you know, Jeff will be in Audi in his gym jams. Can you imagine, Ian, going around in my dressing gown? Who is your preferred sock supplier, Jeff? Big question now. Big question. I don't know where you've misspelled tuck, Mike. I can't even see your other sentence. So, Soctopus is my unofficial supplier. They did actually repost my Instagram when I showed their socks off. Soctopus have got stores all over the country. Have a look out for them. They do a lot of funky designs. These are from Lisbon. I got these in Lisbon earlier this year, I believe, if my memory serves me right. I think I did. Wherever I go now, I like to buy a lot of socks. The cheapest one I could find was 770 quid. What are you talking about, Ginger? What are you talking about? AOR monitors? AOC? Not a chance. I removed it because it's auto-correcting. Right, fair enough. The tuck is for aero. Yes, thank you. We are very keen on aero here at the Sim Cafe, and we like to tuck in our socks for a little couple extra tenths on the straight. Audi on Tuesday. Tuesday. I think they're taking the mick out of my accent. Chile, which is obviously racist. Racist against Cockneys, or fake Cockneys from North London. Very racist. No, seriously, alright, Rodney, we can see the brandy's an issue for you. As long as it's just for that. Alright, Rodders. Like to think you lost your last one for it. Brandy in the morning. Hello, boss. It kept dropping an F-bomb. Oh, my days. What? Mine does it. Normally it's the other way around. You get duck everything. Duck, duck, duck. Duck, 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 duck. LOL. I googled, innit? Yeah, there you go. Audi Tuesdays. What do we think of the replay, ladies and gentlemen? What do we think? Ignore the driving. We know the driving's sketchy. What do we think of the replay? Can we change anything? I think we can change the angle. I'm not sure. Am I going mad? That's wider view. Is this helicopter cam? No. I think this looks 10 times better than Assetto Corsa, I'll be honest. I think it looks really good. I am loving this. And again, this is on low settings, everybody. Low settings. We're nowhere near ultra. And I've got a lot of time for this. I have. I think people don't realise that just updating AC's graphics and a few other things was all they needed to have a mega game. This is it. Looks good, lack of options. Cheers, John. Yeah, agreed. But genuinely, this is it. I think all they had to do was put in the rain, update the graphics, maybe change the UI. Alright, I'm going to play some Ace 2. Catch you guys later. Cheers, Ginger. Enjoy, sir. Enjoy. As for the monitor, I'll send it in the Discord if I can, bro. Oh, Alicia's done with her morning meeting. So, yeah. For me, the sound is awesome. And the graphics look really good. I also like they've done the LMU thing where over a race the windscreen catches dirt and marks. Also you can see where the light catches right. Blemishes and marks on the screen. They built a completely new engine for this game. Exactly, Yaki. I think we can see it. I think it's funny people returning it. Honestly, Mike, I mean, we've seen enough of this now, right, with people out there. Some people are desperate to be funny about it. Some people are desperate to be contrary. And hey, some people, maybe they just don't like a good sim. I mean, a lot of people like iRacing, and I can't drive it because of the sound and graphics. And the force feedback. So, we're all different, and that's what makes life wonderful. Rodney says, okay, AC, what about ACC? Is it better? Okay, so Rodney, now it becomes a little bit apples and pears. This is a problem, Rodders. Little bit apples and pearsy at this point, because ACC is a different thing. ACC is a game that's focused on one race series using the Unreal Engine, right? This is not that. So, is it better than ACC? Well, it's different. I think the graphics will get higher when you've got a better machine. And the UI you can move around that you can't do in ACC. So already you could argue that that's better. The rain physics are going to be a lot better than we get in ACC. So, have you tried iRacing with the Alpha Mini, Jeff? No, I haven't, JP. Good point. It's been a while now. In fact, I've not touched iRacing since 2020, 2021, I think it was. In 21, I was doing like the Oval and the Basic Road Series, getting my licenses up. I had a bit of fun with it. I do love the Oval racing for intensity, I've got to be honest. Being 0.1 seconds behind someone for 20 laps is quite a thing. Oh, Josh, that was close. Boss walked in without knocking. Can you imagine? Tissues everywhere. John says, I was tempted to return it yesterday, but then the evening patch changed my mind when the rest of the cars were selectable. It's rather lovely, says JP. Oh. Do you know what, JP? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not just anti-iRacing. I'm not trying to do that. And I actually think their business model is the best because they have an always online service, so you pay monthly for that. Everyone's happy, right? I don't think I've got enough time in the day because I enjoy ACC, I enjoy LMU now, and I dare say this is on the horizon by the end of the year. I don't really know where I'm going to fit other sims in, I've got to be honest. And I think iRacing, because of the cost, you need to kind of go in like, you know, two-footed really, and get the most out of it. Now, maybe when my job changes, when I retire, which is a few years away, but hey, maybe when I'm retired, things like iRacing would make more sense. But for me, with a full-time job and barely getting a bit of time in the evening to race when I'm not ill, yeah, I feel like I'm not justifying the cost. Especially when LMU and ACC do it so much cheaper, effectively, really. 1 second. So I can agree with that take, Jeff. Yeah, so I don't want to, I mean, I love the big events they're doing. They do multi-class prototype already. Daytona 24 this weekend, right? All the buzz. I'd love to be taking part in all that with you guys in a big community thing, but yeah. And again, that is ignoring the fact that for me, the graphics and the sound are so far away from this, which are important to me. I want immersion. For me, immersion is very, yeah, it's unplugged at the back. Yeah. For me, immersion is very important. So, you know, that's kind of another part of iRacing which I think is suffering, unfortunately. Okay, Ian says, it felt like my birthday when all those cars populated. Tell me about it, Ian. We barely scratched the surface, right? JPS says, no, I get it. I'm not pushing the game, but we had the same Thrustmaster kit before the DD. It's very different. Okay, nice, JP. Interesting. I don't like the kind of not feeling like you're on the limit with the car either in iRacing. It's a really big thing, I think, for the excitement level. It feels with me like iRacing, you're basically driving around a track together, seeing who can get the least incident points, and that involves not fighting and not really pushing the car and going off track. Now, I struggle in ACC LFM with my safety rating going down when I just have normal races. What I would consider a normal, clean race, my safety rating goes down sometimes. So, those things leave me a little bit worried, or cold, I should say. John says, I can agree with that take, Jeff. Chronic says, must say, could not agree more, Jeff. You nailed it. Stop it, chat. iRacing Southern Africa. Good day. How are you, Jeff and chat? How are you? We've been talking about you, iRacing. Well, kind of. I don't know if you heard my thoughts and feelings on iRacing just now. I love to set up the... Oh, that was a big jump into the oblivion, wasn't it? I would love to be able to have time for racing just for the ovals. You know, there's parts of me that think maybe like one evening a week for ovals. But I know that very quickly I'd want that to be 2 or 3 evenings a week just so I'd be good at it. Yeah, I know what we like. So I'll kind of hold off a little bit on that stuff. Ian says, logically thought through, Jeff. Yeah, a bit too logical for this place. And Mudrik Mitbenna. Good afternoon. Good morning. Still morning here in the UK. Good morning to you. The cockpit looks so amazing. You can even change between sport and comfort mode on some of the road cars. Hooray! Nice. The limit is there. It's just very narrow. Yeah. And iRacing says you need to drive eSport loose setups and be aggressive to agree to feel on the edge. The fixed and presets are too safe. Interesting. Yes, I have heard. Forget about iRating and safety rating. Well, you can't really forget about the safety rating, right? You need it to be able to partake. But yeah, I just find that when I race normally, I'm being penalised by that safety rating system, which doesn't excite me at all. And it's one of the main reasons why we have people like Ian B as our race stewards in our community racing, because I think you need live stewarding or it's just not the same. So Ian, you are forever bound to our community with your genius and your support. We'll be forever relying on you to have a good time. Although, of course, we do need to build up the stewarding team so that we can have Ian have a little day off now and again. So if any of you are interested in live stewarding for community race events, and trust me, it is a lot more exciting than you might realise. It's not like a dull, boring thing. It's actually quite stressful and exciting and demanding. So if you want to be really involved with our community racing but can't quite get in the rig, or, you know, any reason why you're not able to take part as much as you'd like, definitely join our live stewarding team. Definitely get in touch with me or Ian about that, and we'll talk about it. We're not expecting commitment either, really, from you, but if you can take part and help out, that makes a big difference. I'll tell you that much. John says, a day off? Outrageous. I know, we pay them way too much, John, clearly. Ian says, more stewards needed, lots of proses. We do have lots of proses for the stewarding team. We like to do a little bit of a roundup on the last race of the series and do a little gift towards them because we think they are very, very important indeed. So we wouldn't do it any other way, despite their protestation. Buckley is the king of Nordschleife. Let's not talk about that, JPS. I'm not happy about his pace at the Nordschleife. It embarrasses me quite quickly. Yeah, we'll have to sort that out one day. iRacing asks, is AC Evo online yet, or is it still offline? I like AC Evo. I like you, iRacing Southern Africa. I'm doing Daytona. Oh, now you made me jealous. You made me jealous, iRacing. I don't like you anymore. Sorry. So it's not online. It's not going to be online until probably the autumn. Although I think they said release 3 or 4, which sounds like late spring. But don't get your hopes up. Don't expect anything. This is a tech demo for now. We're getting there. It's going to take a while. Kunos are a tiny little company, all right? There's about 30 of them. They clearly don't have a UI developer full-time, all right? Don't be mean. I like this UI, I'll be honest. I'm happy. But there we go. Stranger Craig, hello. Coming from ACC and GT7, handling is great and graphics are great. Apart from AI, it's a great base game. Looking forward to what's to come with the game. Thank you, Stranger Craig. No stranger danger with you, sir. Please do join the Discord if you haven't already. It's the last Discord you'll ever need to join. And I think my Discord button works. Yay, look at that. Join our Discord. It is the last Discord you'll ever need. I promise you. I know everyone says join the Discord, but this one, special. So, yeah, Stranger Craig, definitely agree about everything you said there, sir. iRacing doing 24. I'm jealous. Arctic Fox, good morning. Good morning to you, Foxy. How you doing, sir? Wakey, wakey. It is early. I know it's early. I know it's early. But some things we got to do. Speaking of stewards, don't we have a DT tomorrow? Yes, we do, Ian. Yes, we do. Shockingly quick, says JPS. Some people have suggested grip hacks. I don't know. Giardia doing 806 on Nords. I don't think I've got below the 20s in that one. Lol for iRacing. Thanks, JPS. It's where I get all my elo. I think it might be. John says, yes, the AI is shocking, but it's not what we're here for. Exactly, John. Exactly. Ian says, good thoughts from Stranger Craig. Yeah, pretty much. iRacing, still want to try LMU, but don't have the cash. It's about £50 all in. It's not cheap. It's probably worth it. If you like your competitive racing, which it sounds like you do, do it. Do it, mate. Worth mentioning, I thought, Ian, we don't want folk thinking you're just a one-trick pony. Can you imagine? Oh, Coxie ICS Racing says, I've literally just finished editing my video on Ace. Good points, bad points. Kudos to those who are supporting Kunos and believe in the early access spiel. Interesting. Not sure what you mean by the last bit about believing the spiel. But here's the early access game. And it will be very different in a year's time. I think we can say that much. Josh, LMU is my go-to sim now. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be for a lot of us for a while, Josh. And Fox, I looked at some of the reviews of AC Evo. Some people are slow. It's early release. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be like LMU. Time will make it better. Okay, so it is not like LMU, I think, if that helps. And I think it will have a different development path to LMU. I still worry about LMU every morning when I wake up. Is LMU still here? Are motorsport games still a functioning company? Is everyone getting paid their salaries? These are the things that go through my mind in the morning and last thing at night. So yeah, I hope they do better. JPS has changed his screen protector. I can now type like a human being. Look at you with your big fat fingers. Ian, I think JPS stabbed me so nicely I didn't feel it. And yeah, well, Ian, I'm out here with a machete, mate. If you didn't feel those, hurt so good. Hello, Rogie. Good to see you, sir. iRacing Kunos was meant to have the academy live, but they had an issue and they are sorting it. Yes. I wonder how hard the Ace team is working to get this game online. Probably quite hard. I'd imagine. I don't think they've got anything else going on at the moment. I think the diaries are fairly clear and it's all hands on deck for this thing. Haha Jace. Coxie says, just having a mini rant. Had a drive in the wet and tell me what you think of the tyres getting hot. Then how they react. I do like the flat spot feature when it occurs. Okay. So, a couple of different things there. I have driven in the wet briefly, but it was a bit brief, so we'll go back to the wet. I might have time this morning. In terms of tyres getting hot and then how they react, well, yeah, I mean, I don't go that deep on the physics. Obviously, I want them to be right, but I don't really tend to observe those things very clearly. If you're suggesting that the physical handling of the tyres is all out with the heat, something they can quite easily fix. That's all I would say there. If people are seeing there's obviously an issue with it, we'll get it fixed. I say we. I'm not Kunos, but I might as well be at this point, clearly. Fox asking a big question. Who is ready for Double Trouble Misano? It's tomorrow night, everyone. Tonight we have our community practice and race at Misano. I'd recommend everyone joins in for that. I think we've got a bit lost in the AC Evo hype and we need to refocus ourselves on Misano and ACC. I think this game is like iRacing with better graphics. You're not far off there, Roggy. You're not far off. Flat spot feature. Yes, Ian, I had that earlier. It confused me. I thought my force feedback had gone weird. It turns out I'd flat spotted the tyres somehow by braking in a straight line. There we go. Interesting. Yeah, no, it's quite cool, Ian. I like it. When tyres overheat, you lose grip. Okay. Oh, are you a dev, Jeff? Well, funny you should say that. Funny you should say that, John. I am indeed. Yeah, I am a dev. It's just so you guys know now, I'm letting the cat out of the bag, all right? I am unofficially a game dev. I help to develop games. What I normally do is I get involved in the early access period, play the game a lot, and then from that, the developers just know what to change. So I'm like a developer. I call myself a developer. I think I am a developer. So, you know, if you can argue that point against me, go for it. But I think you'll find that I'll probably win because I am ultimately a developer. It's what I do. I've got a little developer tattoo that you haven't seen yet. I'm about to release it. So, yeah. And JPS says, John, your inaugural Evo video yesterday had me buckled in the first 3 minutes. Not surprised. I'm about 5% ready, Fox says Dargo. Dargo, you got some work to do in this series, mate. Come on. Your poor teammate. Coxie says, as an example, I spun the M4 CSL in the wet, then had a vibration through the wheel. It's quite cool, actually. But in the wet? I don't know if tyres can flat spot in the wet. Because you'd need to skid, wouldn't you, to create a flat spot? Wouldn't you? Is it possible to flat spot in the wet? And then a top-notch narrator, John. He is indeed. It's the what is it? The what's his name? Bryn in Gavin and Stacey. No, not Hugh Edwards. Let's not go there. Let's definitely not go there. And he's got his own podcast now. Someone in the chat. Rob Bryden. Thank you, John. I always call you Rob Bryden. Yes, you are basically Rob Bryden. Nothing wrong with that. Can you show us your graphics settings and which card you're running? I'm running the 2080 Ti, and I'm running it on low. We've just gone for low right now. Coxie, I see your point. No good thing can just go right, obviously. He is developing. Giardier locked up over and over to create flat spots, and his wheel started shaking. Yep. They can flat spot in the wet, says JP. Thank you, JP. I won't ask how. You know that. And Arctic says, for me, racing by myself, I'm not doing that bad in the team championship. Yeah, you're keeping the team up there, Foxy. You're doing well, mate. I would say yes, unless you're aquaplaning, says Dave. Yep. And iRacing says, racing, yes, it is possible. If your pressures are too hot to start, you can adjust tyre pressures and try again. Bryson! Oh, JP, you were miles off there, mate. Good try, though. Right. Let's exit. Excuse me, to the main menu. There goes my run of good typing etiquette. Yeah, lost it already. Coxie says, anyway, first time I've seen your feed, Jeff, and loving it. Refreshing after a lot of the other... Oh, stop it. Is it the hair? Is it the hair? Because I do have essentially the best hair in sim racing. Now, you might not think that's important, but as you're sitting here watching the show, actually you come to realise, you know what? Hair is actually a big thing. That's why everyone else is here anyway. Yeah. Mate, join the Discord. It is the last Discord you'll ever need to join, I pretty promise. Honestly, the last Discord. You have way more hair than me, Coxie. You did not see this. A week ago, my hair was in my mouth. Think it's your sense of humour. Hooray! And I'm ill, and I'm not even feeling that well, so my sense of humour is a little bit in the bin at the moment, I'll be honest. It is a little bit. Okay, time for a bit of H-pattern, I think, gang. Which means H-pattern goes hand in hand with water shoes, because I cannot heel and toe in socks. That is painful. So let's get the water shoes on. The socks are going to get hidden away for a bit. It's a good thing they're up to my ankles. The water shoes are on. Here we go. They're about £9 on Amazon. They work a treat. Okay, I'd heckle, but it's early. Go on, Mike. Have a go. You big Grim Reaper, you big track destroyer. You big race ruiner. Was that an eclipse, or did Jeff turn to face us? Whee! Woo! M2, that's not manual. Oh, the Chevrolet. I've heard about this being an absolute hot mess. So let's do it. Hot mess Chevrolet. My chest is not happy. Let's go back to Brands Indie in the hot mess Chevrolet. This is going to be funny. Why not? And time for a new screen protector already. I don't know what he's done, Arctic. It must be his massive claws just banging at the screen. Have a great weekend, all. Time to go. Cheers for coming, Yaki. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week. That's some nice water shoes. Link required. I mean, Amazon water shoe. Have a little look around. They're dirt cheap. They really are. These have got a funky sole. And these have been to the beach. They've been in the sea, okay? So they've actually, they've been given their original purpose. Because a lot of you are buying water shoes and they're never touching water. And I feel really bad for the shoe, you know? The shoe was built for one thing only and you're just teasing it. Maybe just get a paddling pool or get in the bath. I don't care. But these things deserve a little bit of water sometimes, you know? Salty. Very, very salty. What else have I missed? Have you got a link to the water shoes? No. Hey now, I said I was sorry. It won't be enough, Mike, ever. You are now tainted. Just like we had our world's worst teammate in chat, you are now the world's worst Imola driver. Sorry. Those are some bright coloured socks, shoes, and match. Love it. Isn't it just iRacing? Don't make me come to Misano. I have some time on that track. Tonight. Do it, Mike. Tonight. Or don't make me, indeed. As an owner of several Mustangs, I can confirm that Camaros are a hot mess. You own several Mustangs? That is a big flex there, chemist. Well done, sir. I guess those 2 degrees and the Masters and the PhD have meant something. When are you rev matching constantly, JPS? Don't be like that. Take care, Jackie. Yes, indeed. Chronix, how do you earn coins to get the cars you want, Jeff? And how many cars are there so far? Okay. Chronix, it is all a mess at the moment. It's not working properly, and they've released every car as playable, and there are 20 cars, I think. There were 20, they said. I haven't checked, so I'm assuming. In terms of how you make coins and in-game credits, I have no clue. I mean, they've got a licensing system, and they're probably going to have championships. So don't think career mode, think building up your credits through that. Career modes tend to be a little bit more linear. I think with this, you're just going to get championships and licenses, and from that, you'll be able to do your cars up. I can't imagine they're going to do any more than that. Time trials, licenses, that kind of stuff. And then, like, offline championships, I think, which isn't good because people don't like offline racing, so we'll figure it out. And they survive touching water. Are they really from Amazon? It's a good question, Ian, actually. I can't roll my heel in water shoes. Feet's too big. Roll my heel? What do you mean, sir? What do you mean by roll your heel? And your feet are probably too big, yes. Josh is just jealous. His Mustang can't plough into a crowd of... Jeez! Hold on. Where are we going with this one, John? Licenses Academy, and so I expect a PC version of Gran Turismo. Lol, John. Yeah, do you know what? A PC version of Gran Turismo, to me, sounds... There you go. On the throttle, roll my heel. On the throttle. What, do you mean the heel bit of... Do you mean that? The heel bit of heel and toe. Is that what you mean? Right? Why are the water shoes making that a problem? Are your pedals just in a dodgy position anyway, JP? Have you screwed yourself with some dodgy positioning? What tracks do you have at the moment, Jeff? Chronix with the questions today. Today, Chronix, we have Brands Hatch, Laguna Seca, Imola, Suzuka, Mount Panorama. And on Brands Hatch, we have the Indy layout. On Suzuka, we have the 2 East and West layouts. I don't know if there's any other layouts. Was there a different one for Imola? Can't remember. Just left foot brake. Dark humour from John today. Mate, super dark. Super. No, the heel of the water shoe have no support when throttling. Oh, I see what you mean. The back of it. Right. Mine has a little lip. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it, actually. It's a bit dark. Let me take it off. Mine has a tiny lip at the back. Can you see it? That little lip, that little extra rump. Yeah. My lack of coordination makes heel toe difficult. I can imagine, Josh. I can imagine. John, you can't fail to heel and toe if you don't have a clutch. That is one way of cheating in life. Yes, John. Well done. The Sparkos I use have an extra thick heel, Jay, says Josh. JP threatening to post a pic of his race boots. Yeah, I thought that would help, Jeff, but I personally need a harder support. How? I mean, I'll be honest. When it comes to the pedals, my rig has a pedal plate. You see this pedal plate? It's quite big. I think I'm quite lucky in that respect because a lot of people complain about their heel comfort in racing. I rest it on this, and it's... I don't know. It's resting on it, but that's it. Yeah, I don't feel the heel discomfort ever. And I have got a tiny bit on the back of this shoe, but without it, in socks, I'm okay. So, keep your throttle foot heel on the plate and roll on and off the throttle. No, my foot's somewhere in the air, mate. That's probably my problem. I never had a problem with my heels in socks. Exactly that, John. Hey, Cooper, how's it going? Not been in Discord for a while. I know, right? iRacing said, if you don't have a clutch pedal, then left foot brake, no need to heel toe. Exactly that, iRacing. Interesting. Safety guy walking on screens, freaking out. Ian. Oh, Ian. Right. Oh, I just realised. Okay, let's lead the game. We are not going anywhere with this wheel. We need to change wheels. Hopefully that doesn't cause any problems. Let's find out. I don't have a clutch, says Foxy. A lot of people are like that, especially Americans. In the UK, we love a clutch. We love a bit of H-pattern and a clutch. I bought this clutch at the end of summer, knowing that Evo was coming. Because before that, I really did not need it. At all. I love using it on ACC because I'm stupid and it costs me time. Yeah, because of my headset might being broken. Oh, no. Maybe I'll get a sequential. Not the worst thing you can do, Foxy. Luckily, my H-pattern converts into a rather dodgy sequential if needed. Right. Okay. Let's see what we've got, gang. let's see what we've got. First of all, the wheel is still 1-to-1, which is good. And we need to change to this. Right. Engine on. I do love that switch. Plus, I had a flu, I'm guessing. And an ear infection. Oh, buddy. Nightmare. Dodgem. Figured out how to remove the need to fully depress the clutch in Evo before. What? Is that a question? Sorry, Dodgem. I am using clutch at the moment. Posted a pic in Discord, Jeff. Thank you very much, JP. I'll have a look. Hope you're on the mend, Chronix. Tell me about it. So much illness going around. I thought I dodged it all. I really didn't. It hit me square in the face. Right. We've got a few bits on the dash. Is that fuel meter working? We've got temperature, oil, and boost pressure, I think. Up to 51 viewers. Hooray! Nice to see you all. If you are new here, please join the Discord. It's the last Discord you'll ever need to join. We will in the future race on this as a community. Right. 32 likes. That is true, John. 33, yeah. Let the V8 roar. Right, okay, let's get a little bit of a drive around in this thing, shall we? Heel and toe! There we go, rev match, Jay. Bet you enjoyed that one. Red tyre already? I just went around the corner. Why are you dark? Wait, why is that tyre dark red? Need to get my feet all sorted out. I'm all fingers and thumbs here. There goes a rev match. Oh, we're on the Indy. Wake up, Jeff. V8 motor. Totally, Joe. Totally. Right. Come on. So I think a lot of this game is going to be the open world cruising. I really do think that. A lot of this game is going to be the open world. Little drift around the corner there. First gear, that's the first gear. Of course, I always get wonderful memories here of sitting inside on the right-hand corner there with the TSC gang. What a wonderful day we had. Really hope we can replicate that and more at Spa. That's going to be an amazing weekend. Everyone, don't forget, Spa at the end of June. All of TSC are trying to head there. We still need to make all our travel arrangements. Is the 296 already in? Oh, sugar. I wonder what happens when I drive down there. Foxy, no. Yeah, the Road 296, but not the GT version. Hello, Ricky. Good to see you, sir. Are you joining us on track tonight, Ricky, for a bit of a community practice at Mazzano? Are you doing that? We've got the usual practice and short race. Oh, there's the first gear. Don't do that. I don't know why my tyres go deep red and I gently go around that corner. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I meant the road. I saw it once in Puerto Rico. Nice. Someone's dodging their taxes. In Puerto Rico. Where are you doing Mazzano ATC? Where? That's a tricky one to ask. We're doing it on our community server on ATC. I think you're asking. Basically, iRacing, join the Discord. We have a really big community championship. In fact, here's some of the trophies. We got this one. I love these things. Good time to get them out. Ah! Here's another one. Look at these bad boys. This is what our community is all about. We do championships, and we have serious, solid platinum and silver trophies available for the winners. There are 6 more trophies up there that you can see at the top of the screen. All part of the championship. Search Sim Cafe on the server list. Let the sound of freedom ring. I may join, but I'm missing the race tomorrow. Arsenal Lake. Okay, Ricky, I don't know what to tell you, buddy, but it's quite an important series, and Arsenal are boring. Corners FC. Please don't tell me you're missing our championship to watch a footy match.
That is rather sad. Especially in a dead club like Arsenal. Corners FC. You want to go and watch some corners, do you? Watch Gabriel do some more jumping, honestly. And Hugh says, I'm getting an external hard drive so I can download the game. I've got no room left on my PC. It's a small one. It's a small one, Hugh. And Mad Chemist, are you a gunner? It sounds like it. I sure hope he's not missing it for anything else. I'm at the game better than 14th. Shocking. There you go, team. The guy who won the first race in double trouble. Already bailing. You have one hand on it already, Fox. Pretty much. Oh, we went all the way down the gears there. All the way down the gears. Let's get back on. I bought Beam LMG, LMU, which I can't keep on track. And now AC Evo. Yeah, Hugh, there's a lot going on, mate. It's a real purple patch for a sim rating, if you ask me. Small one, but it still took 35 minutes to download my. Oh, JP, and you stream on that? You're a brave soldier, you are. I think there should actually be a limit on when people should be allowed to stream with sim racing with their connections, because the rubber banding is getting pretty epic because of the amount of streamers trying to stream a race with bad internet. And I used to be part of that. I used to stream with bad internet and I really didn't like doing it. I had, what was it, 12 megabytes upload? And I used to... didn't like the fact that I was destroying people's races. It's solid though. Yeah, I mean, it's just the rubber banding, isn't it? Poop gets it quite bad, unfortunately. I used to get it really bad. You need at least 20, 25 meg upload, I think, to be able to stream and race, basically, at least. Luckily, I'm on 500 now. You see how it doesn't take too long to get used to the old heel and toe on the old H-pan? I know you're thinking I'm driving badly, but trust me, this is an improvement every lap. Jeff knows the reality, the life of a Spurs fan. Life of a football fan, normally. Every dog has his day, and if you don't know that, you're either young or naive. Of course, this is an Arsenal team that has spent nearly $1 billion, and all they've done is stop winning FA Cups. So I see Arteta's doing his work. Turn TC off. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I rarely stream because streaming on a laptop, yeah, I mean, no chance for you, sir. I'd be more than happy to help you, Foxy, get yourself to a decent PC. Probably be a lot more powerful than that laptop. Have a lot more functionality and probably be quite cheap, honestly. You'd be surprised. You really would. But I'm sure you're pretty adept with those things anyway. And if you're not, I can definitely point you in the right direction. I mean, there's a video on my channel. The only proper video is of me building a PC for, what, $300? Peanuts. Jeff is sliding to Ireland. Yes, I am. But yeah, really enjoying the heel and toe on the H-pan here in the Camaro. Look at that. Look at that. There's a lot of action on the hands here. This is where I feel immersion takes a hold because you're so much more involved. How are you finding Evo, Jeff? I think it's awesome, mate. I think it's the future of sim racing, really. That's way too far. It's the future of sim racing. What shifter? I'm using the old SHH. It's a bit simple and cheap, but it works. It does work. The braking is very tricky, Hugh. Load of brake pressure in the brake setup screen. Hugh, I think I've already given you 300. Fox, honestly, that price only goes down every week, I'm telling you. It is all second-hand, but for me, second-hand means nothing other than someone's paid the price for the box. Oh, yeah, if you've got priorities, mate, you've got your priorities, of course. A car in the US is very important. I know that much. The braking. Yeah, so, Hugh, about the braking, the locking in the rears is my issue. Hugh, if you watch, I should have turned the TC off, John. I will do. Hugh, if you watch another car on track, I think I gave you this advice. Look at their inputs. They're braking. They don't do above 80%, especially in the LMP cars. I don't know which ones you're driving. They're braking. That doesn't go above 80%. So you can change a few things in the settings so that your braking doesn't go that hard anyway. But also just, yeah, easy on the brakes. You got to learn it. You got to learn it. Check out the pics I've left for Jeff in the pets tab on Discord. Go on, Josh. I'm sure there's going to be loads of horrible pets in Goon and stuff. That'd be a nightmare. Dan's not allowed to use his shiny new shifter. What's this about? Dan's got a shiny new shifter. He's not allowed to use it. Is he? What? Has he not got a clutch? What is it? What's he done? What's he done? Right. We're going to finish up in a little while, team, I think. We're probably just after 1 p.m, 1:30, I'm going to get some lunch. So, and I do feel like I might need to pop to the toilet quickly. What car... Oh, poor little man. What car are we going to... Have we got any requests on the car, ladies and gentlemen? Should we try the Alpine? There's an Audi RS3. I bet that's dull. We've got that Alpine here. We wouldn't mind some H-pattern goodness. The 296. Yeah, I go. 296 is in. There we go. I like the name they give to each of the liveries. Makes them sound a bit more important. They're not, but you know. And also, there's a number next to each car. Again, I don't know what that refers to at the moment. Oi, says Dan. I smashed the brakes due to ACC, Hugh. Lowering the pressure dials are out. Everyone with the advice for Hugh here. Hugh, we want to see you enjoying LMU with us. So please do get that sorted so you can actually race and feel confident. Right. This is... Let's try and mount Panorama. Here we go. Let's see some great AI on buffer. No one cares about the AI, Ricky. Get in the bin. The other cars are braking later and keeping the car on track. I get the initial braking, then change down the gears, and when I hit fourth, it locks up and shuts me off track. Without seeing what you're doing, Hugh, I would guess you're changing down a little bit quickly. But it's definitely not easy. Any theories on those numbers? Ooh. Let's go. Let's get some chat going. Let's get some conspiracy chat going. Meanwhile, I'm just going to show you all a quiet reminder of why we all do what we do here at the Sim Cafe. Look at those beauties. Look at those. Our community races are also live stewarded. So if this sounds like the kind of stuff you want to spend your time doing, join our Discord, gang. Join our Discord. Right, I am still hot on the mic, so I need to be careful what I say and do. What is it with this guy? The pebbles will be here soon, so we'll have that changed, okay? And then we'll see for another day or so. Play. Looks like little man, Kulu. Can we get the Kulu emojis in chat, please? Anyone who's a member or part of the gang? Want to chuck up your Kulu emojis? Be good to see some support for little man, who is clearly in his feels at the moment. He's not eating. And this is a cat who essentially eats everything all the time. Has now decided, since yesterday, that he doesn't like the food. The food is fresh cat food, by the way, if anyone wants to start suggesting how we get better cat food. I don't think you can get much better. Not much more expensive anyway, that's for sure. So we do use fresh cat food that comes out of the fridge and freezer. It is not old pasteurised packages. But he is, yeah, he's unhappy. Now, I said to you guys earlier, also I made 1 or 2 changes around the flat to the litter boxes. And it seems to have really upset him, I think, is the short answer. But we're going to make some changes to bring that back today because I've got some more pebbles arriving. Pebbles flying in. So, that is our Kulu situation at the moment. Now, another thing to note is that this is my last planned AC Evo stream. I do not have any more AC Evo planned after this stream. I don't think there's much to show you guys at the moment. I think we've all had a good look at the game now. We've all had a look at some of the cars and some of the tracks. I think we've got an idea of what we're up against here. I think this is going to go very nicely, this game, into the future. And will be a wonderful game to experience for many years to come. That's what I think. Now, don't know how many more streams I can say that in. I don't think there's much else to tell you, really, to be honest, at that point. There will be updates coming every month. And I think there's a good chance I'll stream every time there's an update, and we'll see what's worth looking at. And of course, when that moves into things like multiplayer, then we'll have plenty to stream about, because of course we'll start doing the occasional community race, which should be fun. And then we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, there's still a long way to go with this game, and we're still focused on LMU, and dare I say, good old ACC. Well, we can see with all the new names that have been coming into the chat this morning, just how much hype there is for this game, which is wonderful. We need more moments like this to help increase the audience of sim racing. It's things like this that will definitely help increase its audience. Having new hot titles that work, preferably. Are we aware of anyone streaming this afternoon? I should be finished in about half an hour or so. I'm going to just finish up here and then we'll have some lunch. Tony looking very cute by the balcony. Hello, Tony. Aww. Right, okay, gang. Let's get this. Back in the hot seat. Have I missed anything in chat? Well, we've got the Kulus in the chat. Turn off mic, please, Jeff. Those big trophies are already claimed. It could be a car rating system. Crashed, it looks like. Hold on. We try. Right. I can't brake where the AI brakes. Hugh says, I think I wouldn't get the acceleration out of the corner if I was in too high a gear. Oh, totally. Foxy says, get the spare parts. Crashed, it looks like. It could be a car rating system. Those big trophies are already claimed. Turn off the mic, please, Jeff. You wish, Ian. You wish. Thank you, Andy, for putting your Kulus in chat, and Josh, and Ian, and John. Arctic and Knudsen already got the names half-etched on them. Agreed, John. It's looking that way. But as Foxy said, we've got Mazzano and Bathurst next. I wouldn't claim it too early. Dargo says, a way to make cars similar in a server, like set a range of what ratings are available. Yes, exactly, Dargo. And of course, when you upgrade your own car, you'll have a little Mini, and you can stick some big exhaust on it, and some new dampers and brakes, and upgrade the engine, and then you'll be able to race it against other things. And I think that part of it could really kick off in a brilliant way. Even if it's just for cruising, we could say, right, we're going cruising, your car needs to be between 40 and 50 on the rating. And whatever car you pick is that, and it could be an absolute beast on the straights, it could be fun in the turns. There's some more birds for us. So yeah, that car rating system I think could hold some really good weight for future fun. Anything else I've missed? Catkin, yes, JPS, Catkin indeed. Bless Kulu, praying for the fur baby. He's just being a little bugger, honestly. Dargo looks a lot like GT7's rating method. John says, true Arctic, but it's only 5 out of the 6 that count. That's only for the team championship. Yes, John, it's the team championship that you only do 5 out of your 6 results. For the solo, it is everything. Forza does the same. Exactly, Dargo. iRacing Southern Africa says, even though I might have an opportunity to race in an esports team on iRacing, I have been experiencing bad luck or skill issues from others. Am I wasting my investment and looking elsewhere and not iRacing? No. So iRacing, that is the same in all esports, motor racing, sim racing online. There are lots of people who drive in lots of different ways, and at a competitive edge, you've just got to be the guy who's the fastest and the most ruthless and get away with the most. Normally, it's how Schumacher, Prost in some respects, Max Verstappen, these guys, they're not very good drivers, but they're willing to cheat the most, and that's kind of what separates you in the end. So there we go. Just get one out there. Knudsen needs 3 more points, then Ollie to claim it. Boom. Poops is on at 2. Nice one, Poop. Oh yeah, and he's testing this, isn't he? Not sure if anyone's taking the night shift. I am, John. I'm taking the night shift tonight. I'm streaming tonight. So they're probably trying to broaden player base with the modding crowd. Yeah, man, all day. Arctic got a 10-point lead. Still a bit more to play for there, but a win could finish it. Solo requires all 6. Yes, John. Fair enough. 40's coming out. What did I miss? It's been a big day for him, Ian. Big day. A win at Misano is held by hopes, prayers, and track limits. Probably Foxy. Trushin, it's a secret. Not anymore. Thought it'd be ironic if I won because of my dislike for the track. That's not ironic. No. Have a look at the word on the dictionary. Have you done any IRL racing? That's a good question, iRacing. Only go-karting, and we actually get together as a community and do go-karting when we can. We did it once at Christmas. We had a Christmas do, a TSC Christmas do. If that sounds like your idea of fun, join a Discord. And we did go-karting together, and we're back go-karting together in April, and we maybe will do go-karting together in June at the Spa go-kart track. We'll see. How did you do in the go-karting, Jeff? Very, very, very badly, John. Very badly. So I'm waiting for the next one. That's all I can say. That is all I can say. Anything else? Lint dark cranberry, almond and hazelnut. It's quite tasty. I've just confirmed. There's a lot going on there in a bar, Dave. You sure? What happened to milk chocolate, mate? Track limit, skill issue. Whee! JPS just swamped the pets allowed room with pick of my rescues. Hey, nice one, JP. I would love to, but I'm in South Africa, very expensive. Yeah, a bit pricey for you, buddy, I'll be honest. Supposed to meet up with R2R for a rally in March. That would be epic. I tried to get Road to Racer to come to Europe, but he's already given up on it, bless him. It's not cheap, I know. It's far from cheap. You guys don't even have passports. I should probably grab my other drink now. I'm running out. And my throat is closing up. Hello, man. He doesn't want to leave, Alicia. There we go. Right, there we go. We're on drink number 14 of the morning. It is a big pond. I did try and preempt him and get him up early for it, but it's not quite happened. Right. Vehicle setup. Electronics. Oh, no electronics. Just tyres and fuel. Interesting. For the road car, it is locked. I get the feeling if you take aftermarket parts, you'll be able to edit that. Interesting. Interesting. Gonna need a game restart there, Jeff. Really? Why? Why? It's alright. It's alright, John. It's alright. Fantastic pics, Chase. I still need a passport for Spa. I mean, yeah, what can I say? I don't know what that is at the moment, John, that bug. I guess we'll figure it out more as time goes by. Just to show you all again, this is my favourite part of AC Evo so far. I have a button box now, the PXM button box. I have a little switch in the bottom left, and when I flick it up, the car turns on. And it shows you how simple I am, because I really love that. This is props close to GT4 pace around here. Interesting. Maybe one day R2R and TSC will meet. What do you mean, maybe? If it doesn't happen, I'll be very upset, Mike. We'll find a way. I mean, we've got Americans in TSC that we want to see, right? So we'll figure something. One day, we'll make it happen. For me, TSC is about real life just as much as it is about online, okay? We are still real human beings. iRacing, just for the record, if I found a job and housing in a different part of the world, we would consider immigrating. Why not? You go for it, sir. Pet rescues, awesome, innit, Ian? And Dan said LMU had menu bugs as well. Coincidence? I think not, honestly. Stop stirring, you lot. Right. Okay, we've got a round wheel. We've got a wheel on... Do you like seeing a wheel on... Would you like to get rid of my horrible feet for a minute? There we go. Let's just do that, shall we? That's nice and open. You lot can enjoy the visuals. Again, this is in low settings. We are down to 75 FPS, so that has me slightly worried. 41 viewers, 41 likes. Ooh. Get in my belly. We've got the steering wheel rev lights. It's a big thing to get us all on a schedule meet up. Lots of prep. Yes, every time, Mike, and that's why I do it. I mean, we just did a Christmas meet-up. That was fun. We had 16 of us for Christmas. Round a table together for TSC. Awesome. Fostered over 100 kitties. Get in there, Jay. I don't see that many strays around here, you know. Which is good, obviously. But, I mean, in the UK as a whole. Maybe it's more in the countryside, Chase, but just don't see strays, which is great. When I'm old and have no more kids to raise, maybe I'll chuck in a few kitty rescues. What do you reckon? Should we set up a kitty sanctuary, baby? Jason's rescued over 100 cats. Should we set up a kitty sanctuary one day? Big thumbs up from Alicia. Oh! Let's not do that. Unfortunately, the cat took precedent there. I might need a new suit for Spa. Oh, Dargo, please. Don't let us down. Crazy Cat Man confirmed. Everything makes sense now. Jesus, this is quick. That was, wasn't it? I don't know if I want to sacrifice fun for esports seriousness. Maybe I should focus more on having fun. Oh, that is a decision you decide on your own there, iRacing. There is money to be made in esports, in sim racing. There's not a lot of money to be made, and you probably need to dedicate your life to it every day to be able to get anywhere close. If that's your thing, then yeah, do it. Sacrifice the fun. But for me, there's so much fun to be had in competing in our community level with cups. We do have prizes as well. This car goes way faster than it can brake. Yes, Ian. So one thing you'll notice about road cars when you drive a bit of Assetto Corsa is a lot of the cars can go very fast, but they can't slow it down again. So you have to lead in some very long braking times and distances with these cars. Oh, we've got our first skip of the day. Oh, and then we go into the wall as well. I don't know how damaged I am. I'm getting a white damage on the car, so. Here we are. Again, this is not a race car. This is a road car with race aspirations, I guess. But as a few of you pointed out, it will pick up speed very quickly. It just might not be very good at getting rid of it. Thanks all. I actually live for it. I'm a crazy cat man. Nice one, Chase. Come on. Not 100 cats at once. I would. Once when I was at home with my mum and the family. So it took a while. I want to say we had 7 at one point, I think was the record. Might even have been 8. There was definitely 6. But you know what it's like, Jace, when it gets to that point, keeping track of it is not so simple. They kind of come and go a little bit. And of course we had like cat flaps and open doors, so just do what you want. The Porsche Owners Club meeting spot. What? I was crazy before the cats, mental but happy. Well, as long as you're happy, mate. No one cares about the rest, I think. If Mrs. 4D was let loose, she would have 100 cats quickly. Go on, Mrs. 4D. I've just realised 4D. Wow, it takes me a while. Am I the last one in the community? It's dumbfounded me into a wall, John. Am I the last one in the community to realise? I feel like I might be. Let's do one more go on that. Right, so we're in the 296 at Mount Panorama. Bit a bit stupid now, John. Thanks. Simon B. So wish I could play this. My Ryzen 5 4500 and RTX 3050 had around 10 FPS. Yeah, they've lied to everyone about that, Simon. Sorry. Join the Discord. You can wallow in your sadness with us and look at pictures of all the cats that JPS has rescued. Oh, you got a break so early there. Okay. Sorry, gang. I'm doing silly stuff. Also, have we got some weird tyres on? What tyres have we got on? Can we choose the tyres? Compound. Supercar road. Hypercar. Interesting. I think we'll put it on the hypercar and let's drop the fuel a little bit, shall we? Why not? There we go. So, yeah, Simon, I built, there's only one video on my channel. And it's me, well, one proper video. There's a few, the Baron's actually a proper video. I made one video. It is a video of me building a gaming PC for sim racing for under £250. And those prices have only gone down. So I would say, getting involved with sim racing isn't quite as expensive as people might think sometimes. And you can get involved at the bottom level for quite cheap. And there's probably a whole bunch of electronics in your house that you don't use a lot that you can just easily sell and make money from as well. So, there we go, it's better. A slight glance this time. 1070 for Mike. Yeah, that'll be rough. Oh man, I am looking at your chat in the middle of the mountain. Never works. Never works to look at chat in the middle of the mountain. Weird stomach pain there. Let that pass. Using GT3 braking works. Yeah, it's not good. To be fair, Jeff, it's a good video. And for the record, folks, it was Alicia that built it. Yes, Alicia built the PC. I was just there annoying her. 1070 get 75 FPS on Evo. Lucky man. I mean, I have got a 2080 Ti, which is actually quite an old card, and I bought it year before last. So it's not last year anymore, bought it year before last. The very old card is quite cheap, but it works. I'm going to remember one day that turn. That's about 7 times I've done that in a row now. So there's a lot of ways to save money when it comes to sim racing and return, because for me, one of the big things about technology is the diminishing returns, right? To go from 100 frames to 110 frames, you need to spend thousands of pounds. But to get from 50 to 100, you only need to spend a couple of pounds, right? So it's about finding those sweet spots, because there are sweet spots, and you can spend a lot more and not get a lot more. Now, you're welcome to spend a lot more if that's your thing. A lot of people would like to have the very latest and greatest, I get that. And if you've got the money for it, by all means. But obviously what iRacing up here is talking about with fun. And what I talk about with building a community where, you know, we meet up in real life and we have live stewarding in our races and trophies. For me, that is the fun in sim racing, or what we have here. It is not in going from 70 to 80 FPS. Doesn't do a lot for me in the end. Obviously you want it above a minimum, but yeah, for me it is all about everything else that we do together as a community that makes this fun. That is, you know, that is really difficult. It is not in getting 5 or 10 more FPS. It leaves me cold in the end. The fact that we're able to organise real life events and all turn up together, I think is amazing. The fact that we can do online leagues together with our stewarding and our trophies and everything, because of the investment that you all make in time and money, everyone supporting the channel and so on, because these things all cost a lot of money. Josh, I'm going to hit up Rory to give me his 4090 card since he's only doing GT. Exactly! That guy doesn't know what he's got. And one of his many rigs. He's got a Club Sport DD Pro, isn't he, or whatever? Get one of them and all. Devs have particular issues, don't go there, Ian. After stream, I need to figure out what all the menu options do. Buttons everywhere. Totally in. It is a bit of a hodgepodge at the moment. Not sure if there's any truth to it, but I've heard that Monster PC is the ones having issues with Evo. Interesting. Overqualified personified. Well, couldn't comment on that stuff. John says, agreed, community is king. I tell you, trying to brake and turn is definitely a challenge in these cars, which is good. I want there to be some tricky challenges. Understeer king. I think the car taking a bit of a battering. Oh, red on the bodywork now. Interesting. A few more skips at Mount Panorama. Again, this is not well optimized. I'm running low settings and I'm getting frame jumps here. Not really what you want to see. All the Ferraris must be understeery. Brake before the turn, not in it. Nice try, JP. Jeff, might be time to call it. I'm seeing a lot of discomfort on your face and neck talking. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's been a long morning and I'm still ill, and I've got a stream this evening, unfortunately, but we are streaming this evening, the community event. So expect skips at Mountain Panorama on account of the Kangaroo. That's a pretty solid one. I'll take that. I thought it just no, Josh, it's real. Ian is my physician. I was going to say physicist. Nor did I, John. Right, the car's red. I don't think the car being red is a good thing. I'll tell you what we will do. We've got time for one more. I think we've got time for one more car. I don't know if I'll do it on Panorama. What car should we look at, team? I do love the H-pattern stuff. I've really enjoyed the Escort, I'll be honest. I really enjoyed the Escort. We've got the S2000. There's the Alfa Romeo that I've not tried yet. I get the feeling that'll be a bit understeery. We've not tried the Alpine. There's two Alpines, wow. Two Alpines, they really squeezed those in. We've got the BMW M2, I've not tried that yet. I think I should give the BMW M2 a spin. Let's do the M2, come on, we've driven this in ACC. Let's do it in black. And what track? Let's do full brands. In the rain? No. See enough rain for now. Catch you later, Jeff. It'll be a maybe in the community race later. I'm sure on the schedule. Fair enough, Mike. Hope we see you. Mazda asked Dargo. M2 CS is good fun. RS3 says iRacing. Well, we're in now. We've got some settings and the vehicle set up. I believe with this being a race car, maybe we'll have access to everything. Yes, we will. Look at that. Interesting. Parameter guides there in the middle. It's telling us optimum, green, medium, damp, wet. Right, so we can see the track conditions. Well, there's no fast or greasy by the looks of it. Or if there is, we haven't seen it. Optimum, green, medium, damp, wet. Red to blue. Okay. Cool. Let's drop a bit of fuel out. Let's make it a bit more slick and wet on the tyre. So there's no hards at the moment. But there's looks like there could be option for it. Anti-roll bar, dampers, aero. Okay. Not bad. Let's drive it. Ooh, nice BMW steering wheel. You done the S2K yet? Yes, yesterday. So, when it was all a bit janky. Right. Let's put it on the proper side. There we go. Right, you can't see the top corner stuff. That's fine. Let's drag it in actually, just for your sake. Oh, we got the skips. Are we getting skips at Brands 81? Is this now? Have I got to stop the game and start it again to get rid of that? Yeah, there's skips. What do you reckon, gang? It was definitely smooth here earlier. We're now getting the major cut in. Right, I'm going to let it go one more skip. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's try to turn it off and on again and see what happens. I'm quite curious to see if that fixes anything. Exit to main menu. Confirm. Let's try it, shall we? Let's quit. Back. And then we'll load the game up again. Where is it? Third loading of the game today. Here we go. Back in. If it carries on skipping here in the BMW at Brands. Interesting. We've not changed anything in the graphics since it was running good earlier. So let's go. Okay. Drive. Single player. Garage. Let's get in the BMW. We should probably get in the black one just in case there was something random about the car colour it didn't like. There you go. And back. Brand Tax GP. Weather static. Start session. Let's see if it skips again. Let's see if these skips are a thing. Because that's no good. They need to get that fixed. Let's have a look. Let's just quickly do the setup. Oh, sneezes are coming in. The weather's closing in on this one, I think. This illness. Oh, dear. Right. Okay. Let's see.
88, 90 FPS. Okay. No skips. So that skipping issue, something's going on there with the graphics loading. I've got no skips now. No skips, we're on 83 FPS. I gotta pop out, have fun, Jeff, catch you later. Cheers for hanging around, Jay. Great company, sir, and thank you for the pics on Discord that I'll be enjoying. I'll show Alicia those ones if she hasn't seen them already. So what happens when you drive this way? Oh, they put a wall in. Okay, fine. Right. Pleasure, all mine. Yeah, I'm doing some lunch now. I'll catch you all in a bit. Yeah, I'm going to be going on to lunch shortly myself, I think. I'm happy that the skips have stopped. So, here we are, day 2 of Assetto Corsa Evo. I'm driving the BMW M2 around Brands Hatch. The issues I had with the game skipping every few seconds seem to be changed by simply restarting the game. And all my skips have gone. I'm hitting around 90 FPS in single player here on Brands Hatch in daytime daylight. And it seems pretty smooth. We're on low graphic setting, but even in low it looks lovely as well. So there's clearly plenty for this game to grow. And they probably need to do a fair bit of optimizing anyway. But yeah, AC Evo. Good start. Afternoon, Jamie. Good to see you. 2 more likes for 50. Come on, gang. Dig deep. Dig deep, Dan. Get those likes out. Dan, gang. You know what I mean. What's everyone's thoughts on the game so far? Well, much like this game is developing quickly, Jamie, I think everyone's thoughts are as well, to be honest. I will say it like this. I'm now running it in low graphics and we're getting about 85 FPS. And I think it looks really good. Especially when you compare it to things like Assetto Corsa. Or iRacing, or most other sims, really. I think it looks great, and there's clearly a lot of headroom for improving the graphics and FPS. I think the force feedback is great. I think the sound is great. I think this game has all the potential, yeah. I like the UI and how you can move it around. Of course, we need to see it in an online environment and see it racing against other people. But of course, they are going for that licensing and career mode as well, which I think could be interesting. Doing up the cars and then driving them in, you know, high-level physics game could be a winner. I personally like it. I think the potential, the cars feel nice. Yeah, exactly that. It's always that weight feel that Kunos gives to the cars that I think works really well for me, Jamie. And it seems like you like it as well, so yeah, it's worth the price. It's an investment, Dan. This is not worth the money now. There's no way 5 tracks and some cars in single player for 26 quid makes sense. But in the future it'll be worth a lot more than that. That's for sure. There we go. So this was another look at AC Evo this morning. As I said, I've not got any other streams planned for it. And I'll be honest, I probably won't be touching the game much myself now. I mean, we've got 5 tracks and some cars. And we've kind of seen all the tracks. We know the tracks anyway. And the cars are great, but it is solo player. So I don't know how many more streams I'm doing. There will be content coming out regularly for AC Evo, and when it does, I will stream it and let everyone have a little look at the development path. But beyond that, I'm not seeing too much point in streaming at the moment. There are licenses that are meant to be available, and the single player mode that way. There's no sign of that yet. Maybe when that comes out, that'll be worth doing for a stream or 2. But of course, as you guys know, I'm all about racing with you lot. So solo single player stuff
will not keep my attention for particularly long. Looking forward to seeing multiplayer be like. Exactly. Dan, see on low detail, no Ferris wheel, if it's still bothering you. Yeah, Dan, I was wondering where that came from. It feels a bit like when they put the mountains at Snetterton in the centre film. Or maybe just because it's daylight. Do you reckon there's a Ferris wheel? It's just daylight, Ian, there's no lights on it. I'm sure they put one there before, Dan. I don't remember that brick wall there though, but there you go. But we enjoyed being here as a gang, didn't we? That's for sure. Ian and Dargo and that lot posted up on the left there. There they are, wave to them. Most brands events don't have a Ferris wheel. Well, this one does, alright, Dan. It looks really pretty at night as well. Maybe they spoke to the people at motorsport venues where MSV, and they're like, yeah, man, put in a wheel. It'll be there soon. Right. Okay. I'm glad I got rid of the stuttering just by restarting the game. That's good to see. Obviously, not how we want the game to be in the future, but... Greco, I think the game's the way it's going to work from now on. Well, to an extent, yes. Although I do think the LMU one's a bit different because, as far as I know, they're in early access and that's not changing, is it? I mean, when are they coming out of early access? Whereas Kunos have actually given us a date for when they want this to come out of early access. September time? Big difference, I think. They're actually backing themselves to actually have a game. Dual tone leather interior. Go on then. Brands Hatch Indie. Go on then. I like it. I've written an email to Brands Hatch for a permanent wheel. Have you now, Dan? I'm sure that'll be in the filed for read later. Ferris wheel, yeah? Oh, nice. Cheers. Maybe powered by cats and their meows. Right. As Ian coldly pointed out, I think I'm coming to the end of my energy levels for this morning. I've still got more to do tonight. Some of you asked for a bit of S2000. So, can we change the tyres? Supercar? Ha ha ha. Eco? Interestingly not showing the wet. I guess they don't have wet tyres for this. Supercar tyres, let's do it. Let's take the fuel down. Kindly pointed out, not coldly. Yeah, no, hey, kill him with kindness. Thank you, Ian. Right. Let's have a look, shall we? Little bit of a H pattern on the V. Sydney, if you're there, turn your TV up. Work wants work. Oh, Josh, sorry, mate. Just ordered myself some load cell pedals. Hope it's as good as everyone says and give me this a second. Obviously, Jamie. Jamie, quick question. Do you have a rig, sir? Or a wheel stand? Because I feel like there's so many things in sim racing that you kind of upgrade together. Which means, obviously, a lot of cost in reality. But you don't really want one like that. Good morning, Hammer, sir. You may be a little bit late to this party. I'll be honest. Hola. Right. I have a prime light. Okay, good man. So you got something to bolt your load cells into. Good, because, yeah, trying to run load cells on your floor with a carpet gripper ain't the one. So, yeah, with the load cell, no, you're not going to get much faster, sorry. You will have to do lots of practice, and then from there you will improve. But only because you did lots of practice, sorry. I mean, let's face it, if we were able to do racing very quick from the start, it'd be a very boring hobby. Everyone would just turn up and they'd be the fastest. And no one wants that. We all need a bit of competition as we heel and toe our way through the S2000. Yeah, sorry, Jamie. I don't know if Rarish got your hopes up with that one, but no, you just basically got to do a load of practice. However, what you might find is there's little things that lead up. So for example, because you've now got much nicer pedals, you might find that you do more racing anyway. And so naturally, you're improving. More revs! I just got on 6 AM here. Sorry bro, watch it back, it's a great stream. Absolutely incredible stream today. This is a lot of fun. That's what I'm saying, there are certain things that certain car games just can't do. And I'm not aware of any other sim that lets you do this. Heel and towing an S2000 around Brands Indy. This is where I think Assetto Corsa sings, as it were. I'll hit the like anyway. Cheers, Emma. Oh, we can't see the heel and toe. Oh, no. It's been epic, I'll be honest. It's been epic, dogs. Look at that. Lovely bit of heel there. Double heel and toe. There we go. Fun. Sorry, Todd. We're having a bit of fun today. Look at that, we are smashing this engine to pieces. There we go. Really good, Todd. Early days, needs a lot of optimising because a lot of people are struggling with mid-range graphics cards. So there's a long way to go on that. But mostly I'm just heel and towing an S2000 around Brands Indy. Smashing that VTEC to pieces. Finding those temps. And I'll maintain there's no other game that can do this. How is today? That's a question, Casey. Put a question mark, please, sir, and then I'll come back to you. So, Casey, when it comes to the... I was getting really bad game skips. All you got to do is restart the game, it seems. That fixes that. And also yesterday, I didn't really get a chance to try out all the different cars, but we've had a bit of a go on that this morning. But I do love the H-pattern stuff and the little bit of heel and toe. So yeah, we're really enjoying it. I'm slightly better as well, which is good. We're on the mend. It's been a pretty boring few... Well, it's only been a week, to be honest. It's actually been a long time. But I have been rather annoyingly ill. But this S2000 with the H-pattern, a lot of fun. So game skip issues seem to be gone. Now it's just about... Have I done it? Ah, nearly. Nearly made it stick. Did not know where I was going there. What other mode have they got? That's this mode. There we go. This is the mode you really need. That's helpful. I need to get my pills. Yeah, sounds like it, bro. This is the real view. There you go. Put it in first. Oh no, there's the bridge. This is the pro method, I think. We've got this, gang. Up! Nah, yeah, I tell you what, it's, yeah. There you go. I noticed yesterday there's no tyre smoke. Yeah, good point. There's a lot of things that have still got to include, I think. And the more they include, the more graphics are going to go in the bin. So, yeah. Pretty tricky. How did you rotate the camera? I'll put all my camera buttons on here, buddy. If you're asking. And there's one camera view, which is this one. Which is quite funky. But yeah. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the sounds as well, Case. I think they work very nicely. I've turned down the tyres because that was just squealing in my ears. But this is it. Right. Now, as much fun as this is, I do have to stop and have my lunch. And then tonight we're back. Now there is different sound here. I don't know if it's because they're suggesting the walls are making the engine go a bit funny. I can't tell. But the engine sound changes a lot in those walls. Getting into a gravel pit sounds lovely. Yeah, exactly. And we've seen little things like the water on the windscreen in the rain. And a few bits and bobs. Do you know what I really love, Casey? I love this, look, when you turn the engine off. Or turn it on. Ka-ching! Got a lot of time for that. I thought the S2000 sound went funny. Yeah, every time I go down the home straight, it suddenly changes in pitch. It's quite weird. Anyway, I'm going to call it there, gang. I could spend all day doing this with you, but I do need to eat and rest because I'm still ill, unfortunately. Boo, boring. A massive thank you to everyone who's joined in this morning. It's been great having all your company. Casey, we've been talking about all sorts, like, obviously they've got car number ratings, right? So in the future, there'll be races. It'll just be have your car within that rating. And it'll be the fast straight guys versus the ones that are fast in turns and stuff like that, the little light cars. So really excited about all that. Sounds echo like IRL. Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were doing that, Southern, because it's not the biggest tunnel, that area, that pit straight. It's a bit. It's like reverb off the walls. I really like it. Yeah, nice one, dogs. Take care, Jeff. Take care, Rodney. So I hope you have some good news soon. Other than that, it's been emotional. Thank you, everyone. We will be back this evening. 7:45. It might even be later. We're going to do some practice and a little race at Mazzano together. As a community, we need to remember our racing roots on ACC and get back over there and have a proper go. Poop will be streaming in 45 minutes, so you're not going to miss us too much. Poop's doing his first impressions of AC Evo, which is going to be fun. I've tried to convince him to use a round wheel, but we'll see. He'll probably spend the whole time in the 296, won't he? There again. But anyway, yeah, thanks everyone. Drop a like if you haven't already. Join the Discord, because it is essentially the last Discord you'll ever need to join. Set an alarm this time in case Jeff don't, dogs, honestly. 2 years I've been doing this. I've never done anything like that. I've been so ill. It's horrible. Even this morning, I'd like to have been a lot better, for sure. Whatever. Boring talking about it. So boring. Let's move on, shall we? And say thank you, everyone, for joining. Join the Discord if you haven't already, silly people. Honestly. Horses and water at this point. And I will see you all tonight. Hopefully you can all join us on track. Peace out, gang.
We froze, cold night and the winter hot cold. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Yeah, yeah. The end, got to end it all on the weekend. Sorry that I feel that way sometimes. Sorry that I feel that way sometimes. Oh, oh, yeah. You don't really wanna know me. Hanging in the corner with a nose bleed. High on whatever they sold me. That's the old me, yeah. 6 years later trying to find me. Still trying to figure out the mind piece. Looking for the love inside me. Sometimes, don't know why I feel that way sometimes. Yeah, think how we can say that on the weekend. Funny how I kinda like this life. Funny how I kinda like this life. Don't like this life.